As is the tradition with the final regular season home game, today's game is Senior Day, where we will recognize the 17 senior members of the 2013 Elmhurst football team, starting with number 18, Will Caspers. Will is a 2-year letter winner for the Blue Jays who is graduating early and playing his final season. As a tight end, Caspers has played in 15 contests and his career totals of 19 receptions for 161 yards and 3 touchdowns. He is a graduate of Glenbard West High School and the son of Cindy Caspers and Scott Caspers. Number 22, Alvin Chikungle. Alvin is a 3-year letter winner at cornerback for the Blue Jays. He has played in 21 career contests and has totals of 37 tackles, 3 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, and 1 blocked kick. A graduate of John Ferguson High School in Florida, he is the son of Shirley and Simon Chikungle. Number 37, George DiMaria. George is a 4-year linebacker who has started the past 3 seasons for the Blue Jays. He has played in 32 career contests and has career totals of 178 tackles, including 92 solo stops. He has added 19.5 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 12 pass breakups, and a fumble recovery. A graduate of West Boca High School in Florida, he is the son of Deborah Berry and George DiMaria. Number 39, Robbie Dunn. Robbie is a 2-year letter winner at linebacker who has played in all 8 games this season. He has career totals of 42 tackles, 27 solo tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble. A graduate of Marquette High School, he is the son of Camille and Robbie Dunn. Number 6, Mark Evangelista. Mark is a 4-year letter winner and 3-year starter for the Blue Jays at cornerback. He has played in 33 career contests and has career totals of 106 tackles, 83 solo tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 3 interceptions, 16 pass breakups, 3 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. A graduate of Wheaton North High School, he is the son of Suzanne and Mark Evangelista. Number 28, Vince Gabries. Vince is a 3-year letter winner for the Blue Jays at tight end. A second-team All-Conference honoree in 2012, Gabries has career totals of 25 carries for 328 yards and a touchdown. He has also caught 57 passes for 740 yards and 6 touchdowns. A graduate of Harvard High School, he is the son of Rebecca Radke and Ken Gabries. Number 24, Alec Giles. Alec is a 3-year letter winner at defensive back for the Blue Jays. He has played in 27 career contests and has career totals of 78 tackles, 50 solo tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 6 interceptions, and 12 pass breakups. He is a graduate of Crystal Lake South High School and is the son of Wendy and Rick Giles. Number 3, Chase Hamby. Chase is a 4-year letter winner at wide receiver for Elmhurst. Hamby has played in 27 contests and has career totals of 30 receptions for 407 yards and 3 touchdowns. He has also completed 4 passes for 106 yards and 1 touchdown. A graduate of Oldham County High School in Kentucky, he is the son of Beth and Chuck Hamby. Number 31, Cody Kaczynski. Cody is a 1-year letter winner for the Blue Jays who has starred at safety this season for the Blue Jays. He has appeared in 12 contests and totaled 27 tackles, 15 solo tackles, 3 tackles for loss, a pass breakup, and a forced fumble. He is a graduate of Winnebago High School and is the son of Melody and Tom Kaczynski. Number 49, Wills Massey. Wills is a 2-year letter winner at linebacker for the Blue Jays. He has appeared in 17 career games and has totals of 64 tackles, 25 solo tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, 2 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble, and 2 sacks. He is a graduate of Lakes Community High School and is the son of Wim and Susan Massey. Number 25, Nate Riffle. Nate is a 3-year letter winner for Elmhurst at defensive back. He has played in 26 contests and has career totals of 64 tackles, 41 solo tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, 3 interceptions, and 4 pass breakups. He is a graduate of Howell High School in Michigan and is the son of Kathy and Chris Riffle. Number 55, Charlie Roberts. Charlie is a 4-year letter winner and starter at defensive end for the Blue Jays. He has played in 28 career games and has totals of 118 tackles, 19 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, 1 interception, and 3 pass breakups. He was named CCIW Defensive Player of the Week earlier this season. He is a graduate of West Catholic High School in Michigan and is the son of Cindy and Tom Roberts. Number 40, Devin Schwinn-Geiskoff. Devin is a 1-year letter winner at linebacker for the Blue Jays. He has played in 8 games and totaled 7 tackles. A graduate of Cocoa Beach High School in Florida and is accompanied by his aunt, Debbie Enger. Number 73, Adam Smith. Adam is a 3-year letter winner and starter for the Blue Jays on the offensive line. Smith has started in 31 games for the Blue Jays at right tackle. He is a graduate of Calvary Christian High School in Florida and is the son of Robin and Kevin Smith. Number 13, David Thomas. David is a 2-year letter winner for the Blue Jays at place kicker. Thomas has played in every game the past 2 seasons and has totaled 101 points while booting 56 extra points and 15 field goals. He set an Elmhurst record last season by hitting a career-long 51-yard field goal against Augustana College. Last season, he set single-season records for extra points, field goals, and points scored by a kicker, 73. He is a graduate of Lakes Community High School and the son of Margaret and Randall Thomas. Number 32, Andrew Tubeck. Andrew is a 4-year letter winner at running back for the Blue Jays. He has appeared in 35 career contests and has 173 career carries for 858 yards and 8 touchdowns. He has also caught 18 passes for 123 yards and a touchdown. He is also a graduate of Lakes Community High School and the son of Sandy and Mike Tubeck. Number 74, Archer Winberg. Archer is a 2-year letter winner as a member of the Elmhurst offensive line. He has played in 8 varsity contests and is a graduate of Crystal Lake South High School. He is the son of Melanie and John Winberg. Ladies and gentlemen, our 17 seniors, one more big round of applause for all of them. Today's game is recognized as Military Appreciation Day. The Elmhurst College football team and the entire Elmhurst College community salute all of those who served our country in the armed forces. We gratefully thank all those who served and pay special tribute to the countless others that were lost in service to this country. On November 11th, we celebrate Veterans Day. We ask that everyone, on their own way, direct a thank you to our veterans and in reverence remember those who lost their lives as they represented our friends, fathers, husbands, wives, sons, and daughters. There are no noble wars, just noble warriors. Concession stands are located in the lower level of Oliver M. Langhorst press box. Men's basketball team is operating grills behind the home stands and next to the Langhorst Field Victory Bell. They're grilling up burgers and hot dogs and also selling popcorn, candy, beverages, and other snacks. Public restrooms are located in the lower level of the press box on each side of the home stands. There are also portable restrooms located in the northeast corner of Langhorst Field on the visitor side. Fans, as a reminder, the Elmhurst volleyball team needs your support later this afternoon. Blue Jays defeated Wheaton College in 3 sets last night to advance to the championship match of the CCIW tournament. Blue Jays will host Millikan University at 4:30 p.m. at R.A. Faginal Hall, with the winner earning the CCIW's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Head over to Faginal Hall after today's football game to support the Blue Jay volleyball team. Again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Langhorst Field for today's NCAA football game featuring the visiting Carthage College Redmen and your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. The Redmen are coached by Mike Yeager, while the Blue Jays are coached by Joe Adam. Joining the captains and officials at midfield for the coin toss are Elmhurst College service veterans. Elmhurst College salutes Rick Seidel, Vic Dabrowski, Gary Molinari, and Harold Dahlstrand. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service.
With a further choice to the second half. Elmhurst, you're taking the ball. Which goal do you wish to? First choice this half is super.
The colors are entering from the east end zone. We ask at this time that you all please rise as members of Elmhurst American Legion Post 187 present the colors. Please remain standing as the anthem is sung by senior music business major and member of the men's tennis team, Vince McPherson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. I'm Tim Calderwood. Tony Menestra is alongside here on Blue Jay TV for the final home game of the 2013 season for this Elmhurst College football team. Tony, over the last couple of weeks, this team seems to have turned a corner. You had to figure coming into the year with a new coaching staff and a lot of new faces on both sides of the ball after the successful campaign of a season ago that the struggles were going to happen at the beginning of the year, but back-to-back wins for this Elmhurst squad, trying to make it 3 in a row today against Carthage.
Got a little something cooking here at Langhorse Field, some momentum on the Blue Jays side. They've been picking on the lower half of the conference, beating North Park and Milliken, but a win's a win in this conference. Looking for 3-0 and to push the record to 4-5. Be a big boost here for the Jays.
Carthage won the toss, the Red Men opting to defer. Carthage also has a new head coach this season. Mike Yeager, his first full season, served as the interim coach for the final 3 games of 2012 after Tim Rux left the team on medical leave. A lot happening here at Langhorse Field today. Military Appreciation Day as part of Veterans Day weekend. Also Senior Day, all the seniors honored before the contest. This Carthage team coming in with a record sitting at 1-7. They are winless in the CCIW right now, 0-5. Carthage and Milliken both winless in CCIW play, and quite frankly, this team has struggled a lot throughout the course of the season.
Tim, you got to go back 2 months to September 7th at Lakeland, the 52-6 win for the last Carthage Red Men victory.
Brett Bakari puts it down on the tee, and we are underway as Elmhurst receives to begin the contest. 2 yards deep, it's Stephen Ritter, and he'll take a knee for the touchback. So it's 1st and 10 for Elmhurst. Let's look at the Elmhurst offense. C.J. Barrett's left tackle, Adam Connors left guard, Drake Hoffman the center, Danny McHale at right guard, Adam Smith, the right tackle. Double tight ends, Garrett Claxton and Will Caspers, Chase Hamby and Joe Sanfilippo, the wide receivers. Joe Camilleri is the quarterback with Josh Williams as his running back. Camilleri jogs onto the field. For the season, he has thrown for 624 yards with 3 touchdowns. This is an Elmhurst team that gets a bulk of their yardage on the ground. They haven't really needed to rely on those quarterbacks too heavily throughout the season. Opens with a split back look. And the first play of the afternoon is a handoff straight ahead. Andrew Tubeck spins away, surpasses the 30-yard line out to the 32.
Well, Tubeck's a part of that 3-headed monster in the backfield for the Blue Jays. It's Tyler Smith, Tubeck, and we'll see plenty of number 5, Josh Williams, who had a terrific week last week in Chicago against North Park.
And the first play of the
But the ground
afternoon
game,
is
as you
a hit.
mentioned, Tim, is the bread and butter of these Blue Jays, averaging about 200 yards a game on the ground. And Joe Camileri's got to find a way to loosen up this secondary of the Carthage Redmen and give his back some space.
201.8 rushing yards per game to be exact, 61st nationally for this Elmhurst squad. Camilleri looks to throw, has plenty of time, dumps it off. It is reeled in for a first down by Garrett Claxton. And Claxton is across the 40-yard line as Elmhurst moves the chains.
Number 23, Claxton, has really emerged here in the last couple of games. He's filling in for some injured Blue Jays. No Tommy Lindell, no preseason All-American Vince Gabrys, and Will Caspers is not dressed for today. So the Blue Jays a little short-handed at their H-back position. Claxton taking advantage.
Carthage defense up front. Terrence Allen and Giovanni Anderson are the ends. The tackles, Seth Stormont and David Gagan. 1st and 10 for Elmhurst. Claxton in motion. Handoff is to Tubeck. Tubeck clocked as he crosses the 45 to the 47, picking up 4 yards. The rest of the defense for Carthage. Linebackers, KJ Simpson, Greg Money, and Sean Aroni. The corners, Dylan Carter and Marcus Harnett, with the safeties, Dan Riddle and Damon Hayden.
Getting another look at Tubeck here in the outside zone. Great speed for number 32, the senior. Trying to get the edge that time. Sets up a second and manageable for the Blue Jays.
That was Damon Hayden who came in and rang the bell of Tubeck.
Gain of 4 on that
Special uniforms for the Blue Jays today.
Pretty slick.
Camilleri on a 2nd and 6 with motion up front. Checks down and a flag flies.
Penalty flag on the play. Ball start. Offense. Number
So don't know if the movement up front caused any movement on the Elmhurst side. But it's Garrett Claxton, the guilty party. 5-yard walk-off back to the 42, 2nd and 11.
Well, on this Veterans Day weekend, Tim, as you mentioned in the open, we're celebrating our veterans, the brave men and women that protect us here at home. It's kind of a camel look on the top end of the shoulders there. We'll see if we can get a close-up look as the game progresses here. But pretty neat deal for the Jays.
Camilleri throwing, and a wobbler falls short of Chase Hamby. Kind of slipped out of his hands. Elmhurst offensively through the air, 226th in the nation with just over 100 yards.
Well, Carthage struggles to bring pressure on the quarterback. This offensive line has been a little uneasy this year. They've been good of late, giving Camilleri some time and carving out some running paths for the backs. But Carthage has got to find a way to get some pressure.
The only thing Camilleri has really asked by head coach Joe Adams is to be efficient. He's 23 of 42 over the last 2 weeks. Passes tipped and falls incomplete.
At the line of scrimmage.
They'll say Giovanni Anderson, a sophomore defensive end from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, with a breakup.
4th down.
Take a look, good protection. They run a little stunt inside. O-line does a nice job picking it up, but if you can't get home as a defensive lineman, you get your hands up in the passing lane, and they did just that.
57 degrees at game time, a nice fall afternoon on this Saturday. Wind is out of the west at 18 miles an hour.
Tim, if you were painting a picture of what small college football looks like on a Saturday in November, this is it. Leaves are turning colors here, perfect temperature out. Heck of a weekend here.
Brett Bayer on to punt it away. Very good kick into the wind. And it is handled at the 13-yard line by Johnny Evans, and Evans tripped up across the 25. Evans covering a lot of ground on special teams.
Yeah,
well, of course, there's a big game in the CCIW today. Could determine who is the automatic qualifier. North Central traveling to Wheaton. Take a look at the Carthage offense. David Roney, left tackle. Jacob Alton, left guard. Kevin Blank, the center. Nick Wolf, right guard. Dan Brown, right tackle. Receivers are Evan Jackson and Peter Jurakovic. Tight end Robert Anderson. Dan Kacharski, the fullback. Derek Bellamy, running back. A.J. Simoncelli is the quarterback. Simoncelli with a play fake on first down. Has room over the middle. That is caught.
Pass is complete.
Peter Jurakovic with the reception onto the Elmhurst side of the field. And this is a Carthage team that has struggled to move the football all season.
For the Blue Jays.
Sure have. Carthage in total offense averaging 272 a game. Ranked 224 in the country, but they're speeding up the tempo here, looking to get Elmhurst on their heels.
224 out of 242, just to give you an idea. 144th in the nation passing. And handoff to Bellamy.
Bellamy, the ball carrier.
He's near a first down.
Well, aggressive start to this game as you get a look at the dive play here out of Carthage. Averaging just under 75 yards a game on the ground.
On the play.
Going right at the teeth of this Blue Jay defense. A defense that's been pretty sturdy against the run. That front seven has been pretty solid this year.
Possibility exists for this to be a low-scoring ball game. Elmhurst averaging just over 15 points per game. Carthage right there as well. High snap into the arms of Bellamy. Falls down. That was a fortunate break for the Redmen. Carthage has lost every game since their opener against Lakeland, which was a 52-6 victory. They lost at Wartburg against Adrian, were defeated by North Park to snap North Park's long CCIW losing streak. Shut out by both Wheaton and Augustana last week. And dismantled at North Central 72-20. Simoncelli keeps. And he will end up shy of a first down marker at the 41-yard line.
Terrific rally by the Blue Jays defense that time on a
Good
third
look there
and
for the Blue Jays.
about 5 or 6 that time. Simoncelli looking to scramble and pick it up, not able to move the sticks.
Fourth down,
It'll be decision time for Yeager and the Redmen.
And the decision is to bring on the punter.
Back deep for Elmhurst, Ritter.
But it's not Pete Jurakovic who's listed as the punter. This is Elliot Stoller.
Timmy, bring up the unfortunate string of losses for Carthage, but you know the defense has really kind of hung in there. The offense has just not been able to stay on the field.
Elmhurst went after it. Fair catch
Ritter
made
fair catch
by Ritter.
at the 11-yard
Spotted
line.
at the 12-yard line, and the Elmhurst offense takes over yet again in a scoreless first quarter.
Carthage twice now in conference play this year has failed to score a touchdown, losing 28-0 versus Wheaton at home, and then another 28-0 loss against Augustana. So it's been a struggle this year for the Carthage Redmen on offense, which puts a lot of pressure on your defense. They're on the field a lot.
Both teams unsuccessful as far as putting points on the board on the first drive of the game, despite a couple of first downs. The Elmhurst offense is on for the second time. Claxon in motion. It's an option for Camilleri. He keeps. And will come up with maybe a yard on the play. Josh Williams is in at running back now. He did not appear in the first series of the ball game. Gain of a yard, make it 2nd and 9.
Josh Williams had a pretty good week last week up on the north side of the city. A couple of touchdowns to really pace that running game for the Blue Jays.
Williams with some space outside the numbers and dragged down across the 15-yard line, picking up about 4 yards on the play. Now he's 3rd and medium.
Little wide zone play. You see this popularized in big college football, particularly in Oregon. Williams just not enough speed to get to the edge that time. Redmen able to track him down. Blue Jays can attack you a couple different ways. They like to come at you with this inside zone running game, which is a little more power. But they'll go side to side a little bit. We saw some speed option out of Camilleri. A few wrinkles in this running game for the Jays.
It's 3rd and 5. Carthage showing pressure on the line. Camilleri has Hamby wide open.
Pass is complete.
Out of
Near side
bounds
to
for an
Hamby.
Elmhurst first down, shy of the 30-yard line.
Knocked out of bounds by
Old
Pollard.
reliable number 3, Chase Hamby, banged up a little bit in the early part of the year. He's going to look at the third down conversion here. Camilleri sets and throws. And Chase has been a reliable guy. He's a senior today on senior day. Young man out of Kentucky. Runs great routes.
So a first down for Elmhurst. Camilleri taking his time. Here's Williams, huge hole, and Williams
The ball
ends
carrier.
up near another first down.
I love this little wrinkle that offensive coordinator Kyle
First down on
Derrickson
that carry
mixed
for
in this
Josh
week. Take a
Williams.
look as Claxton kind of comes around in his veer motion. You see quite a bit of this from the Jays as they bring Claxton around and oftentimes give it to him as a fullback, this time serving as a lead blocker for Williams.
It is a first down for the Blue Jays at their own 39-yard line. They'll put it in the belly of Williams again, straight ahead, and a huge hole
Josh
up
Williams,
the
the ball
gut for
carrier.
Josh Williams.
Money there first for Carthage.
Carthage on the season,
Gain of
giving
8
up
on the play.
176 yards per game on the ground.
Well, the Blue Jays coming off a week where they ran the ball 47 times and 50 times the week before that against Milliken. Certainly committed to the ground game, and again here today.
2nd and 2. Camilleri dumps to Williams in the flat. Williams surpasses midfield and is
Williams with the catch on the near
slammed out of
side, knocked
bounds
out
at
of
the
bounds
Carthage
by
48-yard line by Richard Motter.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Josh Williams, 138 carries as you get a look at the swing pass here. Camilleri checking down off his first read. 700 yards on the game today coming in, Tim. But how about another 13 catches for another 100 yards for Josh Williams? So he's shown an ability to get out of the backfield and make some plays on the edge.
And he still really hasn't been the exclusive back
Has
for
not.
Elmhurst.
Yep.
Again, it's Williams, and this time he is swallowed up in the
Williams,
backfield.
the ball
Good penetration by
That's
Greg
for a loss
Money,
by Greg
a freshman
Money.
who's the leading tackler for Carthage this year.
Money tackled that time by the middle linebacker, the freshman, huh?
Loss
Just
of
knifing
3 on
through,
the
not
play.
accounted for in the inside zone. Here's a
We're having some technical issues with the replays right now. Loss of 3. It's 2nd and 13. Back on the Elmhurst side of the field. Carthage with a 4-3 look defensively. It is Williams. Stutter steps to the
Josh Williams,
45.
the ball carrier. Simpson with the tackle. Gain
So
of 6
3rd
on
and
the
long
play.
for Elmhurst.
Well, Williams knifing right into that defensive line. A couple of freshmen featured up front in the front 7 for the Redmen. You mentioned Money, but also KJ Simpson, the outside linebacker, also a first-year player. A couple of freshmen in the back end, too, Dan Riddle and Hayden. The 2 safeties are also both first-year players for these Redmen.
Camilleri steps up. Toss is incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
He was looking for Garrett Claxton, the tight end. And it's 4th down.
4th down facing the Blue Jays.
Pretty good protection here for the Blue Jays. Plenty of time for Camilleri to step and throw. Came off his
Bunny unit
backside
coming
read,
onto the field.
came back to the front side. A little bit low on the throw, but you expect
Evans
Garrett
back
Claxton to
deep
make
for
that play
Carthage.
there, forces a 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Well, you mentioned the
Mayer
freshman
taking
for
away
Carthage.
for the Blue Jays.
It's not often that you can come in and have that many freshmen who are starting immediately. It's a good sign for a first-year head coach as well. Kind of a nice building block. A high floater on the punt. Takes a Carthage roll. It is inside the 20, down to the 18,
Bears
where the
kick down
Redmen take
inside
over
the
with
20.
5:24 to play in this first quarter.
Well, you talk about first-year players and the impact they can have in a program. You go back to 2009, Tim, the first year for Scotty Williams, the first year for Joe Furco and all those offensive linemen, Wayne Tuxton and the like, all the names that you came to know last year in the playoff run for the Blue Jays. They had to cut their teeth as freshmen in 2009, and in 2012 it really paid off, but they had to go through their lumps. A 4-6 season for the Jays that year.
It's interesting how coaches build their programs.
Sure.
Some of them do it as we've seen with Elmhurst in the past and with Carthage this year with the freshmen who come in and start immediately. Simon Selly with an empty backfield, pressured, but he completes to Jurakovic, who is wrestled to the ground shy of the 30-yard line. Going to be close to a first down, though.
Well, just a quick read this time by Simon Selly. They brought a blitz. Kaczynski off the edge. Hot read on the slant route that time. Nice connection.
Pete Jurakovic on the season, 23 catches, 263 yards. Did not meet the Elmhurst defense, so let's get to it right now. The front three, I should say. Eddie Byer, Jacob Sislak, and Charlie Roberts. The linebackers are Wills Massey, George DeMaria, and Robbie Dunn.
Bellamy brought down for a loss.
And Bellamy is drilled behind the line of scrimmage, all kinds of penetration. Cody Kaczynski in on the stop. Kaczynski off the edge, he's a safety, along with Stephen Ritter, Alec Giles. The corners, Mark Evangelista and Marvin Carr.
Kaczynski's one of those guys that kind of waited his turn. Just a one-year letter winner for the Blue Jays, but thrust into a starting role this year, and he's really earned it. 4-year program guy, and here he is starting his 9th game as a Blue Jay in his senior year.
2nd and 11, play fake. And a short catch for Marquise Hines Jr. out to the 32-yard line.
Pass complete to Hines.
Yeah, Tim, to bring you kind of back to your point that you made, you talk about how coaches build their rosters, and you look at the traditional powers in the CCIW, the Wesleyans, the Wheatons, the North Centrals. They're typically always reloading with juniors and seniors. There's always another younger guy in the pike, so different coaches do it different ways.
Simon Selly throwing quick on the 3-step drop. Overshoots Evan Jackson. Wheaton is on top of North Central 6-0 in the first quarter. We do have a flag on the play, and perhaps that's the reason why Simon Selly quickly unfurled the football, because of an offside. And a 5-yard walk-off will result in a first down for Carthage at their own 38-yard line.
Blue Jays brought in their joker package. They have a 4-man switch out there they like to bring some pressure with. That was a 3rd down pressure situation. The joker package just gave up a first down.
Bellamy to the left of Simon Selly. Again, Elmhurst coming with the heat. Simon Selly throws, and that was for nobody in particular. He had Jackson as well as Hines in the vicinity, but it looked like it went right between both of them.
Well, Mark Evangelista to the corner on the short side, brought a little corner blitz. They picked it up nicely, but Jackson has got to cut this route down, and Simon Selly just airmailed it. Take a look here. Good pickup as Mark Evangelista comes off the edge and just not able to connect. Nate Riffle trying to get over that route.
2nd and 10. High snap. Bellamy.
The ball
Precious
carrier,
Little
at the line of scrimmage.
met immediately at the line of scrimmage and smacked backwards from there. Leading the way
for the Blue Jays,
was Jacob
along with
Sislak.
Evangelista.
Continue to highlight some of the first-year players for Carthage. 2 freshmen on the right side of the line, Nick Wolf and Dan Brown. Wolf runs 6'1", 313, a big kid, and then 6'4", 275 is Brown on the right side of this Carthage line.
Simon Selly just a sophomore for Carthage, so if you consider the fact that head coach was in charge for the final 3 games last year, Mike Yeager has basically a quarterback who's seen some experience in the offense. It's a 3rd and 10, time, and over the middle, Jackson, but well short of the first down, as he is hit immediately by Nate Riffle. Gain of 4 on the play, and Carthage will punt.
Old nasty Nate Riffle there coming to making a play on a little drag route. They try to run off the 2 corners and the safety. Riffle playing man coverage underneath. Makes a nice play.
So both teams have moved the football, and now Carthage is going to swap punters. Elliott Sadler at the first kick, And it's Pete Jurakovic now who trades places with him on a 4th and 6. And Jurakovic will throw incomplete. That would probably be why they decided to switch punters. He was looking for Robert Anderson, a junior tight end, and that was probably one reason why your punter/wide receiver shouldn't be throwing the football.
Well, I get it. You're just trying to stir up something for the offense here to get them going. You've struggled all year long. Jurakovic that time just did not look good. The play didn't look right from the beginning. Blue Jays will capitalize here just outside of the 40-yard line.
Good field position with 2:16 to play in this first quarter. No score of yet. It's the 3rd offensive possession for Elmhurst.
Well, the Blue Jays going right into the front of that wind, about a 30-mile-an-hour wind coming at them here.
Camilleri options to Tubeck, who was forced to change course in the backfield and gobbled up for a loss of about 5, back to the 48.
KJ Simpson, the linebacker, came free off the edge, just not accounted for as they run away from their tendency to go away from motion, and Tubeck just no space to operate.
6-yard loss on the play.
So 2nd and long for Elmhurst. Camilleri battling the breeze to about his 3rd option, Hamby.
Camilleri's pass far side
back to the original line of scrimmage where it'll set up a 3rd and 10.
Carter with the tackle.
And offensively in the passing game, as you get a look at Camilleri here, standing in the pocket. Nice little connection to Hamby that time. The offense has got to find a way to push the ball down the field creatively. A lot of comeback routes, a lot of underneath stuff. Help this running game out. Camilleri's got to be able to push the ball down the field a little bit more than he's shown.
Camilleri so far 3 of 6 in the ball game, 27 yards. Play clock ticking down inside of 5. On a 3rd and 9, Camilleri flips to Tubeck out of the backfield. Tubeck has a first down inside the 30.
Complete to Tubeck.
Good little cutback for Tubeck.
Nice little sidestep. That was the linebacker coming out to hit up Tubeck that time. Tubeck cut back inside. He's a pretty quick kid. Take a look here. Just a simple swing route. Receivers running off the DBs, and Tubeck, nice little inside move to move the sticks.
Spot is at the 28-yard line. Elmhurst on the doorstep with the first quarter winding down. Trying to open the scoring on this Saturday afternoon. Claxon in motion. Tubeck dropped behind the line of scrimmage. There has not been a lot of running room straight ahead for Elmhurst today.
Giovanni Anderson, the outside linebacker, defensive end, number 15. You see him there in your picture. Just crashing down and taking away the dive here. Camilleri has got to read that play and pull it. Get outside of that crashing defensive end. Just no space to run.
A loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11.
Another 2-back look here for the Blue Jays. This is new.
Carthage shows pressure as the handoff goes to Tyler Smith. And he's going to get maybe a yard back to the original line of scrimmage as the first quarter ticks away.
That's the ball carrier
15 minutes in the books, a scoreless affair between Elmhurst and Carthage. The Blue Jays are at the Carthage 28, facing 3rd and 10 when we return on Blue Jay TV.
The score is Elmhurst 0, Carthage 0. Don't forget the Elmhurst volleyball team needs your support tonight. Blue Jays defeated Reach College yesterday in the semifinals for the CCIW Championship. Elmhurst hosts Millikan University at 4:30 p.m. at RA Saginaw Hall, with the winner earning the CCIW's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. head over to Saginaw Hall after today's football game to support the Blue Jay volleyball team.
Tim Calderwood and Tony Minestra from Langhorse Field in Elmhurst, where the first 15 minutes are in the books. A scoreless contest between Elmhurst and Carthage. Elmhurst dominating time of possession. 9:37 to 5:23 in the first quarter, but 19 plays, totaling just 80 yards thus far in the contest. We'll run you through some individual leaders here in a sec. First, though, the 3rd and 10 for Elmhurst, set up at the Carthage 28.
And Carthage is in man-to-man coverage here. The receivers have got to beat one-on-one coverage here on the edges.
Camilleri, quick flip, dropped by Hamby.
Pass intended for Hamby,
Coverage in
broken up
there
by
from Dylan Carter. And I would imagine we might see Elmhurst go for it here. No, I think they're going to bring on the kicking unit with David Thomas. Camilleri 5 of 8 in the first quarter, 47 yards. Josh Williams, 5 carries, 26 yards, pacing Elmhurst. Derek Bellamy, 4 carries for 4 yards. Carthage. A.J. Simon-Selly is 4 of 5 for 45 yards. And so this will be a 45-yard field goal attempt from David Thomas, who is 4 of 9 this season. His long is 40. This, however, is with the wind. And it's set up smack dab in the center of the field. But flags fly. I don't think Elmhurst got that snap off.
Flag on the play. Delay the game. Offense.
Do you let him try a 50-yarder now, Tony?
I do. I think Coach Adam is still pretty comfortable with the field goal attempt here. Thomas hit 2 last year from 50-plus. Distance has not been a problem for David the senior. I'm sure he'd like to knock one here on senior day. His last game at Langhorse Field. Got a little wind at his back.
Out of the hold of John Pincus. Elmhurst looking to strike first today. Good snap. Kick is up. Certainly has the distance, but it is wide right.
No good, wide to the right.
Accuracy's been an issue. That's 4 of 10 now in the year for David. He's got a big leg, just not able to find the uprights that time.
North Central has taken a 7-6 lead over Wheaton late in the first quarter.
Kind of a sluggish start for the Blue Jays, and this is similar to the game last year up in Kenosha.
33-yard line.
The Blue Jays on their playoff run had to win up at Carthage on their senior day. Just a 7-point effort out of the Blue Jays in the first half, exploded for 34 in the second half.
14-7 was the score at the half, and a 41-24 victory for Elmhurst.
Bellamy, the ball carrier.
Bellamy on the move, maybe a yard. Elmhurst has won the last 2 meetings with Carthage, as the Blue Jays all time in the series trail 35-25 to 1, but they are 6-4 over the last 10 meetings.
Well, similar start last week against North Park. Shut out at halftime against the Vikings. And then a stout effort in the second half. See if the Blue Jays can get something going here in the second quarter.
There's a new quarterback for Carthage. It's Nick Anselmo. Anselmo options left.
The quarterback, the ball carrier.
And he is dropped at the 36 after a gain of a couple. Simon-Selly's on the sidelines with his hands on his hips, so nothing injury-wise.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Well, Simon-Selly's had plenty of opportunities thus far this year. Coming into this Saturday, chucked it almost 260 times on the year. So they've had plenty of looks at the young quarterback.
Stunting on the defensive line. Here comes the pressure, and Anselmo is dropped.
Anselmo down for a loss.
Have a day, 31. Cody Kaczynski off to a great start here at senior day.
Well timed up front for Elmhurst as well.
Good little pressure package here for the Blue Jays.
Redmen.
Forcing an untested quarterback to make a quick decision, and the defensive line just comes free.
So here's Stoller to kick. A little rugby-style kick a la Tyler Lomnicki from a few years ago. As it comes to a stop at the 40-yard line. He remains scoreless.
That's where the Blue Jays
just over 13 minutes
10.
left in our first half today on this senior day here at Elmhurst.
Like to see the Blue Jays start to establish a little bit more consistency in their ground game. A couple of penalties have really throttled this offense down here in the early going. Camilleri trotting out to meet his teammates. With the win at his back, we'll see if Coach Derrickson decides to cut the reins off of number 12 here and push the ball down the field.
2 penalties, 10 yards for Elmhurst in the first quarter. Josh Williams in at running back. 1st and 10. Camilleri with a play fake, flushed from the pocket, steps up, tucks and runs. Camilleri easing his way past the contact onto the Carthage side of the field. He hesitated momentarily as though he was going to slide and then said, heck with this, I'm going to dive forward for a few more.
Carthage rotated their coverage there at the last second of the snap, and Camilleri had his back turned to see the coverage. Didn't have his read that time, tucked it under. Pretty aggressive runner, Camilleri is. We saw him last year in some Wildcat packages. Not afraid to take a lick. Good blocking downfield by Sanfilippo and Hamby.
Pick up a 14 on the play and a first down for Elmhurst. Williams gobbled up immediately behind the line of scrimmage. Take your pick on the Carthage defense. I believe it was Seth McDormand leading the way, another freshman.
McDormand with the tackle.
Pretty good pad level by the freshman. Take a look here. Williams just nowhere to go. Dorman coming through the left guard for the Blue Jays. Terrific penetration. That's the best way to slow down this zone running game, is get on the other side of the football.
2-yard loss, 2nd and 12. Sanfilippo and Hamby wide left. Hard count, draws the flag, a free play, and it is Claxon who will pick up a first down to the 35-yard line.
Claxon filling in that Vince Gabriel's role, kind of that Swiss Army knife look for the Blue Jays. Plays a lot of different roles. Get a look here. Camilleri's got a free play.
Defense number 43. That penalty declined.
Penalty declined. First down for the Blue Jays. Trying to open the scoring here early in the second quarter.
And opening the offense up a little bit. We're seeing some 3-wide stuff. Camilleri's throwing on first down, using the wind to their advantage.
Well, later on today here on the campus of Elmhurst College, the Blue Jay volleyball team will take on Milliken for the CCIW Tournament Championship, which would put Elmhurst into the NCAA tournament as the automatic qualifier yet again. We'll have that for you here on Blue Jay TV at 4:30, shortly after the football contest. Camilleri rolls, steps up, throws. Hamby is wide open in between the zone, cuts inside, and a huge pickup to the 8-yard line.
With the tackle.
Heady play by number 12, Camilleri, to get outside of the rush. Carthage had 2 free men coming and only 1 blocker for Camilleri. As you get a look here on the bootleg. Camilleri widens out his space, give himself a little time, and Hamby comes back to the football. Great connection. Tim, you mentioned the Milliken match. Little deja vu Tuesday night. The Blue Jays beat Milliken to earn the home court advantage for the CCIW tournament. Beat him in 4 sets.
Williams met immediately, and you can tell what the focal point of most teams has been this year. Shut down that Elmhurst rushing attack.
Allen and Harlow there for Carthage.
2nd and goal for the Blue Jays. 50-yard field goal on the last possession was wide right. Elmhurst definitely in field goal range here.
Little spread look here as the 4 wide with Williams the lone back behind Camilleri.
And Camilleri is
Camilleri
swallowed.
brought down for a loss.
Elmhurst
Gagan
headed the
there
wrong
first
way.
for Carthage.
David Gagan leading the way.
Well, this is a design quarterback draw, but running into a 7-man box, not the best idea here. They had man-to-man coverage on the edges, electing to run with a more conservative approach here, pushing them back now to the 15-yard line.
And so it's 3rd and goal. Carthage showing a touch of pressure. Camilleri throws through the hands of Hamby.
Incomplete, intended for Hamby.
Going up to the top shelf to Camilleri that time for Chase Hamby, his go-to wideout, the senior. Take a look here on the dig route. Hamby, the only receiver to the far side of the field, just not able to pull that one down. They'll give Thomas another shot.
A little bit high and maybe a touch behind him as well, but still a ball we probably should have been able to make the catch on. This will be a 32-yard try for Thomas, who missed from 50 on the last drive. Lined up on the left hash. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is on the way and wide right again.
Wide to the
wow.
right.
So Carthage playing with fire and keeping the score at 0-0 here with 9 minutes to go in the half. Thomas just pushes it right again.
Carthage takes over at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. We are still scoreless here in the first half. Elmhurst has missed field goals on consecutive possessions. Simon Selly is back in at quarterback. And he will keep and lose the football. It's on the ground. Elmhurst trying to say they have recovered. And they'll unpile and signal second down.
Well, the Blue Jays have been pretty good in the last couple of weeks at taking the football away and also taking care of the football. This would be a perfect time to dial up a turnover here.
Loss of
Deep
one
in the
on
Redmond
that play.
territory. Take a look here, just a mishandle on the connection between the quarterback and the running back. Lucky to recover that one.
Johnny Evans Jr. is the running back. He's also a freshman for Carthage currently. Elmhurst showing blitz from the edge. Carthage picks it up, airmails it, intercepted! What a pick at the 34-yard line by Nate Riffle.
Riffle with the
This
interception
is just a
for
quick
the
little
Blue
pop
Jays.
pass, looking to get the number 2 receiver down the seam.
34-yard line.
Sniffed it out. Take a look. Simon Selly. Single read on this one. Look at the number 2 receiver, Riffle, over top of the play. Nice effort to go get the football. And there's that turnover we needed.
First turnover from either side today. Elmhurst again with a short field to work with at the 34-yard line. 8:24 to play first half. Can the Blue Jays capitalize? Tubeck is the running back. Double tight end look for Elmhurst on 1st and 10. Camilleri hands off. Tubeck spins.
Tubeck, the
And
ball
he is
carrier.
clocked at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Carthage continues to show man-to-man coverage on the edge as Tubeck here, just no space
McDormand with the
on the
initial
outside zone
contact
play.
for Carthage.
Dylan
1
Carter
yard
is a
gain on the
freshman, a
play.
5'7", 153-pound corner. And Marcus Harnan is a junior, a 5'6", 141-pound corner on the outside. You have some size advantage there. I might take a look at a one-on-one matchup on the edge.
5 carries, 5 yards for Tubeck so far, as Elmhurst has really struggled on the ground today against Carthage. 2nd and 9, here comes pressure. Camilleri tucks it, zips past the
Camilleri, the ball
pressure,
carrier.
and is tripped up inside the 30-yard line.
Nice little shoulder dip by number 12. Good read by Camilleri. Again, not afraid to take a hit. Take a look here, speed
McDormand again with
option.
the tackle.
Dips the shoulder, cuts inside. Little ankle tackle there. Nice play by the quarterback.
Seth McDormand on the stop. It is 3rd and 4. Well, after
Gain of
missing
5 on
consecutive
that play
field
for
goals,
the
if you
Blue
don't
Jays.
convert here, do you have any second thoughts if you're Joe Adam?
Boy, you try to move the sticks on 3rd down. That's the first part, right? But I think you trot them out there again if they don't get it here.
Claxon on the veer, gonna be close. Doesn't look like he
Claxon, the
has
ball
it from the
carrier.
spot. Needed to make it inside the 25-yard line, and they're marking him directly at the 25.
Well, I see Thomas right in the right pocket of Joe Adam there. He's keeping him on the sideline, it looks like. Gonna roll the dice here with the running game.
4th and inches. 6:35 to play in the first half. A scoreless ball game. Elmhurst has missed back-to-back field goal attempts. They're in scoring position yet again. Andrew Tubeck keeps it moving, lowers the shoulders, and falls forward for, I believe, a first down.
It'll be close.
Money there first for Carthage.
They're moving the chains.
May have gotten a fortunate spot there as Tubeck's knees were driving. He may have gotten the knee down first.
Timeout
Take a
on
look
the
here.
field.
Actually, one of the officials was signaling to move all the chains, the head linesman, but the referee said not so fast. Let's take a look at the measurement here.
Good effort by 32. It's going to be close.
Well, they're definitely inside the 25. How close they had to get to the 24 will determine whether this is a first down.
Another huge shot in the arm for this Carthage defense.
That's very close. Wow. First down by the nose of the football.
First down, Blue Jays.
Wow.
Doesn't get any closer. I would call it a blade of grass, but this is not real turf, so. Just a couple of centimeters. Just enough to move the sticks here.
Was not a very favorable spot, but Tubeck picking up a first down. It's now on the 24-yard line for the Blue Jays. Tubeck remains in. Hamby in motion. Hamby on the sweep. Hamby lost the football. It was stripped. Dan Riddle on the strip, and Carthage has recovered.
Little fly sweep look
Recovered
by
by
Chase
Carthage.
Hamby. Saw a little bit of this last week at North Park.
Riddle gets credit for knocking that ball
Not
loose.
able to take care of the football. Hamby just gets dislodged, and Carthage will take over again. Deep in their own territory, third straight possession.
I think it was Riley Harlow on the recovery for Carthage. So Elmhurst unable to convert on a turnover as Carthage forces one of their own. Inside of 6 minutes to go in the first half. And another change at quarterback for the Redmen as Nick Anselmo trots on. Just rotating series right now, Anselmo and Simon Selly trying to get something ignited offensively.
Well, this is the Carthage defense, Tim, that's giving up over 30 points a game. So far, pitching a shutout with 5:53 remaining in the half.
Anselmo arcs to his left, floats it for Jurakovic.
Pass is complete
He'll
to
reel it in at the
Jurakovic.
36-yard line, but he had to come back to get it and is chased out
Chased
back at
out
the
of bounds near
34.
side by Giles.
Nice little route combination on the boot play this time. A three-level bootleg route as Simon
First
Selly
down
had some
yardage for
options.
Carthage.
Take a look here. He can go with the short route, which was wide open. Decides to push it down the field. Good decision to move the sticks.
First down. Anselmo keeps. Huge opening. Anselmo needs to beat one man. He tries to stiff arm
Anselmo, the
Ritter,
ball carrier.
and he'll gain a few more for a
Chased out of
first
bounds by
down.
Evangelista. Another first down for Carthage.
Anselmo, take a look here. Little zone read, nice little read as Charlie Roberts takes the back. Anselmo just making some plays on the edge there, sloughing off Ritter.
Third carry for Anselmo today. And he's moving the chains on this drive, back-to-back first downs. He'll put it in the belly of Johnny Evans Jr., who's able to cross midfield and put it down at the Elmhurst
Evans, the
49.
ball carrier.
Well, Anselmo is built a little bit
Three
differently
on
than
the
Simon
play.
Selly as you get another look at the play here. 6'1", listed at 215. Former Saxon.
Schaumburg Saxons, if you're wondering. 2nd and 7, Anselmo floats it towards Jackson.
Pass is complete.
And
Far
Jackson
side of the
inside the
field to
30-yard
Evan
line
Jackson.
for a first
down
down.
for
Suddenly,
Carthage.
Carthage has found some offense with a quarterback of Nick Anselmo.
Well, this is a classic cover two beater as Jackson finds that space. It's called a window between the corner and the safety, in behind Marvin Carr and in front of the top end safety. Nice little shot there by Anselmo.
Evans Jr. straight ahead, shy of
Evans,
the
the ball carrier.
25-yard line.
Kaczynski there for the Blue Jays.
Boy, Carthage has flipped the field in a hurry. starting inside their own 30. Just a handful of plays later, they're knocking on the door now at about the 27-yard line.
2nd and 7. A little bit of a hurry look for the Redmen here as well. And Zelmo with 3 wide. One-on-one coverage on the outside. It's a play fake, and Zelmo steps up, and he will be dropped right about the line of scrimmage.
Zelmo, the ball carrier. Loss of 1 on the play.
Call it a loss on the play, so a sack officially.
I'll credit that to Eddie Byer, and here comes the Joker package. 4 in, 4 out for the Blue Jays. They love to bring pressure out of this look. They'll see if they test the freshman quarterback here.
George DiMaria was there as well, as you saw in the replay. 3rd and 8. Hard count for Anselmo. Trying to see what Elmhurst is doing defensively as the Blue Jays show all kinds of pressure.
Yeah, a lot of confusion here.
Now Elmhurst backs up, and Zelmo will dump it off to Evans. Has some blockers. Evans inside the 20-yard line.
Evans
Appears to have a Carthage first down. It'll depend on the spot. It looked like he was inside the 20, but they might mark him short. And it appears as though it'll be 4th down for the Redmen.
A lot of credit to the coaching staff here of Carthage, checking out of a play, getting into a safe little swing pass there, designed kind of running play, extended handoff. Put him in great position there against a pressure package for the Jays.
Carthage trying to say it's a first down, and now the officials will confirm. So 1st and 10. And a whistle.
Officials timeout on the field.
Official might look to confirm the spot. He's going to reset the play clock. As it is a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. First visit into the red zone for Carthage today. 3 minutes left in the half. Elmhurst has missed 2 field goals and turned the ball over deep on the Carthage side as well. This is the ensuing possession following the fumble. And Zelmo hands it off to Evans for 2 yards.
The ball carrier.
Well, the Redmen have struggled to score in the red zone this year.
There for the Blue Jays.
7th in the conference in terms of red zone percentage as you get another look at the zone play. But something's got to give. The Blue Jays have not been great defending the red zone either. On 24 possessions coming into this Saturday, teams have scored on 19 attempts inside the red zone. So Blue Jays looking to tighten up here.
2nd and 9. And Zelmo has time, loops one towards the end zone, and incomplete. Broke it up by Mark Evangelista. Robert Anderson, the tight end, had it in his hands.
And Anderson is a 6', 237 junior. Big size advantage on the senior Evangelista. And Zelmo put it in a really good spot for him to go get it. Evangelista just brings his hands through the play. Nice job by the senior corner.
3rd down. Hard count again from Anselmo. Brett Beccari's longest field goal this year is 35 yards. So this would definitely be a decision point for Mike Yeager and company. Anselmo has it tipped and knocked down incomplete. Good coverage for Elmhurst Marvin Carr, who read it perfectly in the slot.
Little slant pass getting inside of Marvin Carr. The Jays like to run outside leverage with their corners. As you get a look here, I think it may have been Cody Kaczynski flashing in front, and it was. Pretty good afternoon so far by number 31, helping out his friend Marvin Carr.
Well, they will try for a 36-yard field goal.
Jurakovic with the hold.
This into the wind. Brett Beccari is 5 of 11 this year. Elmhurst unsuccessful on 2 field goal tries with the wind. The left-footed kicker Beccari has this one up. It is curling good. Carthage with the lead inside of 2 minutes in the first quarter.
Well, all the missed opportunities for the Blue Jays. 3 times consecutively down deep in the Carthage territory, come away with no points. Carthage on top 3-0, and we're just under 2 minutes to go in the half.
A 36-yard field goal, the longest of the season for Brett Beccari after Elmhurst missed a pair of field goal tries. And the Redmen take advantage of the first Elmhurst turnover today to open the scoring here in the first half.
So the slow start continues for the Blue Jays here as they're not able to capitalize on a couple mistakes by the Redmen. Able to move the ball up and down the field pretty well, but really stalling deep inside Carthage territory.
That was a lengthy drive for Carthage.
Sure was.
Started with 8:24 to go in the half. And now Bakari will put it down for Carthage as Hamby trots deep. Along with Ritter, Elmhurst trying to find a way to do something here. They've had plenty of opportunities, but have yet to find a way to crack the scoreboard. 3 straight trips into Carthage territory, 2 missed field goals and a turnover.
And you can't be conservative here. You have a full 3 timeouts under your belt, 2 minutes to work with. This is what you practice. The 2-minute drill going in here.
Bakari kicks it off. Short. And Hamby collects it at the 20-yard line. Actually, that's Ritter. And not a whole lot of room for Ritter. Maybe 8 yards on the return, shy of the 30. Elmhurst takes over with 1:51 to play in the first half.
Well, a factor here, Tim, is the Coach Adams' choice to not go with Thomas in the previous possession as you get a look at Ritter trying to make a play.
James gets credit.
You wonder about the confidence of your senior kicker. Do you go to him here again if you need him at the end of this possession?
First and 10 at their 29-yard line.
Elmhurst trying to win 3 consecutive CCIW contests. Trailing 3-0 late in the first half.
And a soft look in the secondary, a cover 2 look base for the Carthage Redmen.
Williams is the running back. And Camilleri will hand it off on the draw. Williams to the left side for a first down.
Williams the ball carrier.
11 yards for Josh Williams, who has been a catalyst for Elmhurst in the backfield.
Well, pretty vanilla look here for Carthage, and the Blue Jays dialing up a little draw play against a 7-man box, and Williams takes advantage. Powerful run.
35 yards on 8 carries for Williams. Camilleri quickly back to work. Airmails Chase Hamby.
And everything right now in the passing game is 10 yards and under, comeback routes. Corners are squatting on these routes, making things harder. Not a lot of room to operate for these receivers.
2nd and 10 with 1:35 to go.
Again, a soft cover 2 shell here for Carthage.
Camilleri stepping up, throwing, intercepted at midfield.
By Carthage.
Picked off by Sean Aroney, who sat and read.
Aroney
Back-to-back turnovers for the Elmhurst offense.
Cannot make this throw for Joe Camilleri. Just eyeballing Chase Hamby the entire time. And I don't know how you miss Aroney. 200-pound sophomore, just waiting in the weeds there. Picking off Camilleri and setting up the Redmen here with 1:28 and a possibility to extend the lead.
Keep in mind the Redmen are moving into the wind here at the end of the first half. But they do own a 3-0 lead by virtue of a 36-yard Brett Bakari field goal capping the last drive following a turnover. And Zelmo stays in the game, and he is swallowed up at midfield by Wills Massey.
Massey with the tackle.
Wills knifing through. I like the first down pressure.
On the play.
Don't allow Carthage to get into any sort of comfort zone here. They're looking for Djokovic down the seam. Just not enough time as Massey gets home.
Loss of 9. And Zelmo fakes to the flat, and now he's going to be strung out and stripped. The ball's taken away. It's Massey. Oh no, they're going to rule him down.
Oh, good grief.
Oh, Massey was gone for 6 points.
The home crowd is not happy. I'm sure you can hear it over the speakers here, but Massey had green in front of him. Take another look. Wanted to go to the swing pass. Nice job by Byer to sniff it out. Well, I don't think he was down, Tim.
Charlie Roberts on the strip, although it won't count. It is 3rd and 25, and Carthage is just going to take their time here. Bellamy on the quick hit
Bellamy, the ball
to
carrier.
the line of scrimmage and shoved back from there. Timeout Elmhurst, a little surprised to see the Blue Jays finally take one here. They have not taken a timeout in the half.
I thought Coach Adam may have
Timeout
elected
taken by the
after
Blue Jays.
the miscommunication on the last play, but allowed to tick down all the way to 12 seconds here before forcing a Carthage punt. Tough call for the Blue Jays. The only thing I can think of, Tim, is that they're calling his forward motion stopped at that point, but Massey clearly had the football out before his knee was down.
Well, you know the pressure's going to come. They'll also hope for Stephen Ritter to have an opportunity on the return.
Well, with a pressure package coming here on the block play, certainly anticipating for the Jays. At 1-7, do you work another your fakes in? You've already shown one here today. Perhaps get behind the Blue Jay defense? Or do you take a 3-0 lead into halftime?
I think you got to take the lead into the half. Feeling fortunate given that there was nearly a strip 6 moments ago.
Well, you've stopped the Blue Jays twice deep in your own territory. A couple of missed field goals, a turnover. Pretty fortunate to go in the half here with the lead.
Well, it is Pete Jurakovic who will punt. Average of 34 yards this season he threw earlier today. And into the wind, this will loft at the 30-yard line and continue to roll
Jurakovic
as it stops at the 22 with 2 seconds to play in the half.
3 seconds left here in the first half.
So it appears as though Carthage will head into the locker room with the lead here at Langhorst Field. Another difficult first half of football for Elmhurst.
Just cannot seem to get out of neutral here in the first half. Big time mistake by Camilleri in the last play, a fumble by Hamby, a couple of missed field goals, just missed opportunities up and down the field today for the Blue Jays.
And so Camilleri handles the snap, drops to a knee, and the first half comes to a close as Elmhurst trails Carthage 3-0. A difficult first half for the Blue Jays, who are trying to win 3 in a row. Last week, Elmhurst trailed 7-0 at the break. Today, it's a 3-0 deficit for Elmhurst to try and overcome here at home. We'll have the second half coming up for you in a bit on Senior Day here at Elmhurst.
Playing college football 4 years is very tough, but it's also very, very rewarding. And I think this past year is just a tribute to the hard work that I put in these past 3 years, and the team did. I mean, we won the most football games since 1985. That was probably the biggest highlight of my 4 years here. We had our ups and we had our downs, and I think we just stayed together through those and persevered together. Well, my professional goal is to teach and coach. You know, I definitely want to coach football. I got the experience from the 4 years at Elmhurst, which is going to be very beneficial for coaching experience in the future.
I've had a great experience at Elmhurst, I really have. I think that the college is all about making the individual well-rounded, and I do think that I have grown up a lot since I've been at college. I've played soccer and I'm in the nursing program. Kind of everything just fell together. The team was just so nice and welcome. My freshman year we went to Brazil for preseason, and that was the coolest thing ever. So it was just our team. We stayed at this big soccer resort, and there was all these fields and all these little kids playing, and then we just had our own field, and we played against different Brazilian teams. It's been great, and I've made so many new friends. The soccer aspect, I think that I've kind of got a family there, and I just love it.
College only happens once. You need to know what you're getting into. That's why we made this video. We wanted to give you an idea of what you might choose to get into at Elmhurst College. We went around the campus with a camera for a full school year and asked people what they thought about the place. We didn't plant anybody and we didn't script anything. We just asked questions. We started at new student orientation.
I chose Elmhurst because the campus is really nice, first off. I like it a lot, and it's really close to Chicago. I like Chicago.
The reason why I chose to come here is the smart classes and the atmosphere. The people here are friendly, and I just love it.
Nicest campus I've seen anywhere. Like, I visited a lot of other schools, but, I mean, this one just had, like, all the trees. They had the atmosphere.
All the people I've met have been really, really friendly.
It's a beautiful campus.
It's a beautiful campus. Lots of plants, lots of friendly people. And they're just so helpful. Like, everyone wants to help you out to get to where you need to be.
Come on in, everybody. It's good to have you here.
It's just going to be a fun year all together, meet lots of people, hang out, go downtown a lot.
Now it's time to kick off the school year. That means going to class. You've been doing that for years already, but classes at Elmhurst are a little different.
If you've never experienced something, you can definitely get into it and experience it here at Elmhurst.
It's an open environment. Anywhere you go, you're going to get that opportunity just to better yourself. When you're in the large universities, you don't get that opportunity because you're just another student and they're just talking in front of you.
The class size is smaller, so you're not in a class of about like 600 people.
I know all of my professors by name, and what's better is they know me by name.
You can go to them and feel comfortable dropping them an email, stopping by their office during office hours and asking for help.
Every morning I wake up and I'm excited to see my students again. I love hearing them and their stories and getting to know them.
The opportunity to interact with faculty in a real meaningful way, whether it's in collaborative research, whether it's one-on-one, talking about aspects of the class in their offices, the availability, all those things are there.
Learning doesn't only take place in the classroom, but outside the classroom.
The lecturing style has sort of gone out of fashion. You do present some material, but you try for the students to discover the answers rather than providing them to the student.
It's a process, and we create that process every time, every class.
In business, they're not looking for people that have more accounting or more marketing. They're looking for people with what we consider the liberal learning skills.
You're going to be able to combine professional interests with a liberal arts education.
Elmhurst College is preparing me for my life experience later on after college, and it's a great environment to grow.
Elmhurst College gave me a chance to kind of sit back and evaluate the world at large, and then begin to say, okay, I could kind of see myself doing this.
Of course, all work and no play is no way to go through college. That's why we have special weekends like homecoming. Football is one of 18 varsity sports at Elmhurst. It's not the Big Ten. In a lot of ways, it's better.
But what separated Elmhurst College from every other institution that was looking to recruit me as a football player is Elmhurst College was more interested in me being a student athlete.
Knowing that I would be running cross country and track all 4 years, I think it's really helped me structure my educational career as well.
Being a student athlete takes up a lot of time, but it's a commitment that you really want to make.
What commitment do you want to make? You'll have your choice at Elmhurst.
There's over 100 different clubs and organizations on campus.
Elmhurst has something for everyone, there really is. I mean, whatever your interest is, it's here.
I've been involved in the music department, in the band, and now the orchestra. Intramural sports, or art, or music, or drama.
They have a Greek system here, and I really wanted to get involved.
Joining a fraternity, playing on the men's soccer team for 4 years.
You have so many opportunities to get your hands on things. You know, I was involved in union board and volleyball.
There's just a huge array that you can choose from.
You can definitely make a difference, definitely.
You can also make a difference far beyond the campus. Our study abroad program gives you a chance to experience the world. Elmhurst students study in 44 countries.
The first January I was here, I studied in France, and the second January I studied in India.
Back home, you'll enjoy all the advantages of going to college in Elmhurst, Illinois, a special suburb of a great city.
Downtown Elmhurst is walking distance, and there's so many things going on. We have the movie theater, there's restaurants, there's shopping.
The train station's right within walking distance, and you can always go to downtown Chicago.
About half-hour metro ride away. And so a lot of my friends will go downtown every few weekends and see what's down there. There's a lot of class trips that go downtown.
I like to go into the city and enjoy spending time there. It's something totally new and different for me.
One reason you're going to college is to prepare for a life of professional achievement. We'll help you to get the hands-on experience you need to really know your stuff.
If you're looking for a job or you're looking for an internship, they have so many connections to help you.
They want to help you junior and senior year to be able to get those internships and get those job opportunities.
It gives you an automatic network of people.
I work for WGN. I am a sports news intern.
I'm currently interning at Victory Records, which is downtown Chicago.
I'm a sales planning intern with the Kellogg Company.
I'm interning at Paramount Public Relations.
I'm currently interning with the Chicago Bears.
There's a lot of teamwork involved in my internship, so you really learn how to work with other people.
It's very hands-on.
Just being able to work with their players, like the guys you see on TV on Sunday, and just kind of finding out that they're just regular guys like everyone else. It's really been cool.
You're in a small school and then you have this opportunity in a big city, and I've met artists, been to concerts, and it's awesome.
Our job is to help students learn how to navigate and manage their own career when they graduate.
So that's Elmhurst College in about 7 minutes. We'll leave you with a few final thoughts from our students and faculty.
Those people who decide to come here simply say that there was a feeling about the campus. They said there's just something, they sense something more, like hey, I belong here.
Coming in here and making the connections with the people that I have, I know that even when I graduate, I'm still going to have these connections. I'm still going to have a home here even, 5, 10, 20 years down the road.
I'm sure there's other good schools out there too, but I think you'd have a hard time beating Elmhurst.
Your experience is going to really be what college ought to be.
I have had a great experience at Elmhurst. I'm obviously involved with the volleyball program. We're like sisters. It was instant friends as soon as I came here. Every year, the seniors get to pick places where we want to go for a tournament. So we've been to California, Colorado, Boston, and it's just been a fun experience because not only do we play volleyball, we also get to do touristy types of things. I would say we're pretty close because we practice 5 days a week for 2.5 hours. We're lifting, we're doing bonding things, and we're traveling on the weekends. So you're pretty much with these girls for 3 months every single day for hours. So we're all pretty close.
I wasn't sure getting out of high school if I wanted to bowl in college, but after I graduated high school, I knew that there wasn't any way I was gonna not be able to do it. So I'm glad that I came to Elmhurst because it gave me that chance. Last year was a good year, had the first winning record for the team. I really like being on the team. It brings a lot of people together and it makes it a lot easier to meet other people. We're with each other 24/7 on the weekends when we have tournaments, and like 3 days a week for practice. Some of us work out together, go to dinner together. It's nice having those close friends to always fall back on if you need something, and they're always willing to help.
Wrestling here has been great. I've been able to achieve some of my goals I've set for myself, and I guess coming to a smaller school in wrestling, I got to be able to start right away and wrestle every year so far. Coming here and be able to compete right away is great. Since coming here in wrestling, I'm a 3-time All-American. I won a national championship this year, went undefeated. 2-time conference champion, conference outstanding wrestler this year. Me and Coach Marinette are pretty close. I go in there all the time and talk to him, not just about wrestling. And since coming here, I've been able to relate closer to my team and the coaches and stuff.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value, exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people, and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to the way you live your everyday life.
We value
intellectual excellence,
community,
social responsibility,
stewardship,
faith, meaning, and values.
It's tough trying to balance homework and practice, but I feel like our coaches stress academics to a point where you have to succeed. I'm actually a hometown kid. I grew up in Elmhurst. When the football team approached me, it was kind of like a lock, I get to go to school in my hometown, play football. When you get to play something that you love, along with getting that education, it's priceless. Coming here, I was just surprised at how close everybody is on campus. I know pretty much everybody in terms of athletics on the campus. You will not want to leave this place come senior year. I'm going to live up this last year that I got for everything it's worth.
First half in the books, 3-0 Carthage. A little bit surprised by that score. Elmhurst missed 2 field goals. Carthage converted on a 36-yarder from Brett Bakari late in the first half for the only points. Taking a look at the numbers, well, quite frankly, they're not pretty from either side, really. Elmhurst, 16:39 to 13:21 in terms of time of possession. But Carthage has only 7 yards rushing. Elmhurst has just 60. 7 yards for Carthage coming on 17 carries. 60 yards for Elmhurst on 22 attempts. A couple of ill-timed turnovers for Joe Camilleri. One deep in Carthage territory, which resulted in the Redmen coming down and scoring the first points of the ball game, and then one late in the first half as well. Josh Williams, 8 carries, 35 yards, pacing Elmhurst. Camilleri, 7 of 14 for 86 yards. He has completed 3 passes to Chase Hamby. And Tony, you look on the Carthage side, their offense really ignited with Nick Anselmo at quarterback, who was 3 of 5 for 39 yards, and also carried for a long of 14, but was sacked a couple times late in the half. I think Anselmo did something that, quite frankly, A.J. Simoncelli was unable to do, which is move the ball downfield and really hold his own in the pocket.
Well, I agree with you. And although the numbers aren't going to jump off the page, Anselmo kind of provided that spark. And his Carthage coaching staff, although Rux is not here in 2013, this entire coaching staff is back. And they got a good, long, hard look at Simoncelli last year. And 250 passing attempts into this year. They know what they have in A.J. Simoncelli. Looking for another voice in the huddle, perhaps, in Anselmo. But I agree with you. He provided a little bit of spark. This is not surprising to me, though, Tim. You're looking at 2 of the teams that are at the bottom of the conference in terms of offensive efficiency. Carthage ranks 7th in scoring out of 8 teams in the conference, while the Blue Jays are just behind them. Both teams averaging under 16 points a game. So we're seeing 2 offenses struggle here. Which defense is going to make a play here? A big turnover. Score on special teams. Something's got to break the ice here.
I'm a little surprised to see Elmhurst throwing the ball as much as they did in the first half. 14 passing attempts, 22 rushing attempts. I think one of the biggest things we might see here in the second half, quite frankly, is more of Josh Williams, who had 35 yards on 8 carries. Because outside of Williams, the ground game really struggled. Joe Camilleri finished with 15 yards in the first half, but 14 of those came on one play.
Yeah, they haven't been able to uncork Williams in the ground game. Credit the Carthage defensive line. They've done a nice job penetrating, finding some seams in that offensive line and getting through on the other side of the football. Blue Jays have got to get back to what they've really been doing the last 2 weeks, and their 2 wins is really pound the rock.
Well, Carthage will receive the football to begin the second half as 15 minutes put up on the clock. We are just about ready to go here in the second half of play. Both teams had 20 minutes to try and work it out. We'll see what sorts of adjustments have been made. David Thomas, who has missed a pair of field goals today, puts it down to start the second half of play, and the wind will blow it off the tee on this very, very blustery Saturday afternoon.
Well, last year up in Kenosha, a lot of pressure on these Jays as they were facing Illinois Wesleyan in the final week of the season. And some playoff heat last year, late in the year. Went to halftime down 7 points, rattled off 24 straight to start the second half and pull away for the Redmen. See if they can repeat that here at Elmhurst.
Trailed 7-0 last week as well. Elmhurst has had some problems in the first half. That's a great kick by Thomas. And backing way up on it is Richard Motter. He's 7 yards deep to take a knee. And it's 1st and 10 for Carthage from the 25.
Interesting to see which quarterback they go with. Looks like it is going to be Anselmo.
Anselmo staring towards the sidelines. Simon Selly is on the sidelines as well. Anselmo moved the offense late in the first half. Some stunting on the defensive front. Handoff to Bellamy. And he'll try a couple of nifty moves and keeps the pile moving across the 30 out to the 31-yard line. By the way, it's 14-13, North Central on top of Wheaton at halftime.
And late in the first half, some stunting.
Take another look here at Bellamy. Pretty good effort here on the first play of the half. I'm sure Coach Yeager had his men
on the play.
Rallied, filling them with confidence here, up 3-0. Dodged a couple of bullets here in the first half, but nevertheless a lead here for his Carthage Regiment, looking for their first conference victory.
Bellamy 6 carries for 5 yards in the first half. Anselmo curls left, throws. It's in the arms of Jackson and dropped. A little bit behind him, but he was all by himself. That's still a catch he needs to make.
It's a nice look by Anselmo. They were trying to get Jerkovic on a banana route here as you see a high-low look. Anselmo throttles it down, puts it right on him. Just not able to pull it home. Big third down here.
3rd and 4 on the first possession of the second half.
And you can't allow Carthage to build any confidence here and string together first downs. You got to turn them away right now.
Anselmo throws inside slant to Jurakovic for a first down. We'll see if they mark him down initially or give him the extra 4 or 5 yards that he stumbled for at the end. It looks like they're calling him down at the point of the catch, but it is a first down for Carthage.
Terrific recognition by Anselmo here. As Jurkovic finds man coverage, they bring 2 linebacker pressure. Cody Kaczynski, man-to-man against Jurkovic, and he just gets the inside release.
Just a second third down conversion for Carthage today. The Redmen were 1 of 6 in the first half. Bellamy has some room. Bellamy to the outside. Stutter steps as he tries to change direction inside the 40 to the 37.
Well, I'm a little bit disappointed, Tim, as I take a look at the sidelines here. Very lackluster effort here for the Blue Jays on defense. Not playing with a great deal of energy, as you can see the Bellamy cutback. And not a ton of energy on these home sidelines either. It's the last home game of the year, senior day.
That's the biggest rushing play of the day from either side. 1st and 10 for Carthage at the Elmhurst 38. Anselmo flushed, dodges pressure, steps up, throws it. Incomplete, underthrown as he was pressured by Roberts.
Yeah, Anselmo had a nice little sidestep to avoid Wills Massey, who was on his ankles. As you get a look here at the boot play. Massey came free, nice little do-si-do by Anselmo. Nice effort by Marvin Carr there.
2nd and 10.
Not afraid to throw the ball on first down with Anselmo here, the freshman.
Movement up front, flag flies. Anselmo short and incomplete. Alex Narot, intended target, a freshman for Carthage. But a 5-yard walk-off on the offside.
Well, I got to credit Coach Yeager and his staff. They are allowing Anselmo to make the reads here against man coverage and pressure. Anselmo coming off his first read and back to his single receiver side. They're not afraid to throw the football into the teeth of this defense.
Jurakovic in motion. And Zelmo keeps
Zelmo, the ball carrier.
Inside the 30, just shy of the first down.
Going off that right side, those 2 youngsters, Brown and Wolf, the 2 freshmen on the right side of the line for the Carthage Redmen. Nice little crease there for the young quarterback, 3rd and short.
Carthage is into the wind here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 1. And Zelmo to throw all day. Still time. Finally flushed from the pocket, and they'll score him down at the 40-yard line. Roberts on the sack.
Well, the early whistle hurt the Jays
Roberts
early
for the Blue Jays.
in the game, as Wills Massey's fumble did not go through near the end of the half, as Anselmo here cannot find any of his teammates. Great job by the Blue Jays secondary, and Roberts wraps him up.
Just a coverage sack, and on comes the punting unit for Carthage.
For the Blue Jays.
Elliot Stoller to kick.
It away for Carthage.
He punted twice in the first half. One of those landed inside the 20. Pete Jurakovic also punted. Low snap. Pressure comes. Stoller bounces it in the air, and a fair catch made at the 20-yard line. First down, Elmhurst.
We'll see if they can get this offense out of the garage here in the second half. 22 carries for just 60 yards for the Blue Jays. An offense that's built on the power ground running attack. You mentioned earlier, Tim, throwing the ball 14 times in the first half was Camilleri. The big interception. Just 146 yards for this Blue Jay offense against a defense that's really struggled thus far this year.
.12:01 to go in the third quarter. Elmhurst on for the first offensive possession, starting from their own 20. Camilleri hands it off. Tubeck seeks space. Tubeck still moving, lowers his shoulder. Tough center of gravity to bring down. He's finally stopped at about the 28. Pickup of 8.
For Carthage.
Well, if Carthage is going to line up in their two safety look, as you see Tubeck cutting back against the grain. If the Redmen are going to decide to be in cover 4 and cover 2 today, you've got to put the football between the tackles, grind out some yardage.
That, I think, is something we were talking about coming out of the break, is how much Elmhurst really kind of passed the ball more than usual. Here's an option play for Tubeck, and he'll have a first down out to the 37-yard line. And so I expect that Elmhurst will go to the ground game a whole lot more here in the second half.
Andrew Tubeck on the speed option. Good little read here by Joe Camilleri. Attacking that outside linebacker. Tubeck in his last game here at Langhorse Field. Had kind of an up-and-down career, battled some injuries. Shared the backfield this year with Williams and Tyler Smith. He'll be the featured back on this drive.
1st and 10 for Elmhurst. Carthage with 4 on the line, but showing pressure from the edge. Camilleri is clocked as his pass is broken up by the charging Terrence Allen.
Boy, Terrence Allen
there for Carthage.
Just a volleyball spike here back in Camilleri's lap. Claxton didn't get his block. Allowed Allen to run free.
I think the Carthage Lady Reds volleyball team might have used a few more of those last night as they lost in 5 sets to Milliken here at Elmhurst. It's Milliken and Elmhurst this afternoon in the CCIW Volleyball Championship across the way at R.A. Faginal Hall. 4:30 start. We'll have it for you. 2nd down and 10. Again, Carthage showing some pressure. Here's Claxton on the veer to the 43.
Yeah, and the Lady Big Blue really put together a couple of really good sets on Tuesday. Really pushed the Blue Jays. Get another crack at them here this afternoon.
Gain of 6 on the play.
3rd down and 4 for Elmhurst on their own 43-yard line. Camilleri waiting. Checking off.
Redmond showing pressure off the edge.
Here come the linebackers. Picked up. Camilleri throws. Claxton has it to midfield for a first down.
First down yardage for the Blue Jays.
They brought a little war blitz as they bring the 2 outside linebackers and pinch the inside tackles. Just a simple check down to Claxton. Nice pickup in the pass pro by the Blue Jays.
Another first down for Elmhurst. Trailing 3-0 here in the third quarter. Camilleri checking out the defense. Claxton in motion. They'll fake to Claxton. Camilleri throws. Wide open, Joe Sanfilippo.
Complete to Sanfilippo.
First down to the 37-yard line.
Here's a little play off that veer look they like to run. Sanfilippo finding a little space here behind the linebackers. Camilleri puts it right on him. Nice little first down throw to kind of loosen up this defense a bit.
1st and 10 for Elmhurst.
EC using the wind now. Pretty good gust coming out of the west. It's at their back right now.
2 back to the left of Camilleri. Pumps. Claxon again.
Pass complete to Claxon.
Close to another first down inside the 30.
Tim, how about the confidence the coaching staff has in number 12 here? Take a look at Camilleri standing in the pocket, just a catch and throw. Checks off his first look, comes back down to Claxon. Must have seen something they liked in the week leading up to this game. Some holes in the secondary for Carthage.
Well, we've documented Carthage and their problems on the defensive side of the football. They do give up over 200 yards per game on the ground. There's 2 back, and Carthage reads this one perfectly.
Allen with the tackle.
Terrence Allen, who had the pass breakup earlier on the drive, with a stop for a loss of 4.
I like this kid, Allen. 6'4", 212, just a sophomore. Plays with terrific athleticism. Like to see him play a little bit lower pad level, but making some plays on the other side of the football.
There's some talented players on this Carthage team.
A lot of youngsters, as we mentioned in the first half. A lot of sophomores and freshmen in significant roles this year for Coach Yeager.
3rd and 5. This would be a 50-yard field goal try from here. David Thomas 0 for 2 today. Motion up front. Flag flies, free play. Camilleri going to be close to the first down.
Money with the tackle.
Has a huge hit coming immediately after the catch, which was made by Evan Lesky.
Lesky with the catch. Offside. Defense number 63.
Penalty of offsides, but it is declined because Elmhurst picked up the first down on the result of the play.
Nice grab here by Lesky, who's been forced into some significant action as the injuries have really ravaged that position, the H-back tight end. Take a look at Camilleri here. Free play. Nice job by number 10 to hold on to the football. Really took a hit there.
Chains are moving. It's another first down.
Good little rhythm here in the offense. 3-by-1 for the Jays.
Camilleri hands it off. 2 back. Stays in between the hash marks.
Ball carrier.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the Blue Jays have been down here now. This is
Anderson
the 4th time today inside the 30-yard line as you get another look at the
Gain of
outside
1
zone
on the
play. But 2 missed field goals and a Chase Hamby fumble have really slowed down this Blue Jay attack. Got to capitalize here.
Long drive for Elmhurst on the first offensive possession here in the second half. It is a 2nd and 9. Camilleri options. 2 back with a hole inside the 20-yard line, but upended shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and about 3 coming for Elmhurst.
Good run support here by the corner. 2 back not able to stretch to the sticks here. A couple of 3rd down conversions leading up to this one here. See if Camilleri can move the sticks again.
Harnett gets credit for that last
in the first half. Elmhurst was 2 of 7 on 3rd down. Blue Jays inside the red zone, down a field goal. They were 0 of 1 in the red zone in the first half. Pressure coming. Camilleri throws. Claxon has the first down to the 10-yard line.
Boy, Claxon is just giving these linebackers
first down
fits
for the Blue
with his
Jays.
spot route. Nice little crafty inside-outside move, kind of a little wiggle on the linebacker, and Claxon picks up the first down.
Garrett Claxon, just a sophomore, collecting yet another conversion for Elmhurst.
Take a look here, just a whip route as Claxon attacks the inside linebacker with his inside shoulder and spins back to the outside to give himself some space.
Greg Money on the stop for Carthage. It's first down, just outside the 10 at the 11.
Carthage showing zone coverage here.
Camilleri hit as he throws, and it falls incomplete.
Gagan's brought some good pressure today, huh?
For Lesky.
David Gagan connecting with Camilleri, who was a little shaken up after the hit.
Coming around the edge there.
Gagan
nice
has
play.
Pressure on
well, he hog-tied him on the way down, too.
6 foot, 240, a junior, and he's a load now, coming off that edge. Allen was there as well.
So it's 2nd and 10.
Big wide split down here. You can't see Sanfilippo on your screen.
And Camilleri
the ball
hit
carrier.
immediately.
Offense really bogging down as they're getting inside the
Money
red zone
there
here
first
today.
For Carthage.
Sure, David Thomas is ready as he get another look at Camilleri. Just no space to run. Carthage has been out there for a ton of snaps on defense. They don't run in and out. A lot of substitutions, so credit to them for holding tight here.
3rd down. Clock continuing to run down to 4.5 minutes here in the 3rd. Camilleri takes the snap, steps up, throws, incomplete. Claxon stumbled a touch.
4th down, facing the Blue Jays.
And it's 4th down. Coverage coming from KJ Simpson. On comes the field goal unit. David Thomas 0 for 2 today.
Field goal unit on the field.
Just a pretty simple mirror route on either side. It's a 2-by-2 formation.
Pincus with the hold.
Dig route by the outside receiver. Little out route by the inside receiver. Camilleri not able to find him. Thomas got to connect.
28-yard try from the left hash. He's been wide right twice to try and tie the score. Kick is up. It is high and good.
4:18
Thomas
left to go in the
finally
third quarter.
breaks through to tie the score with 4:18 left in the 3rd.
3.
That was a lengthy drive for Elmhurst to even this ball game.
Well, I think you can take away positive things from either sideline that time. Defensively, I think Carthage is happy with the 3 points, getting pushed up and down the field that time, giving up some big 3rd down conversions, but really tightening up in the red zone. But the Blue Jays finally on the board. Just 4:18 left to go in the 3rd. A swiftly moving game here on Military Appreciation Day and Senior Day at Langhorse Field.
Lengthy Elmhurst drive as the Blue Jays even the contest.
Motter and Evans back deep for Carthage. Thomas to kick it away for the Blue
David
Jays.
Thomas will kick it away for Elmhurst. Richard Motter is deep. He's flanked by Johnny Evans Jr. Thomas with the wind to the 6-yard line. Motter crossing the 25 and swallowed up at the 27-yard line. Carthage takes over in this 3-3 game.
Well, you got to think that this Carthage offense is not going to be able to string long drives together. They're going to have to come up with some big plays here. Can the Elmhurst defense stay disciplined enough to keep the receivers in front of them? Get off the field and give their offense another shot.
8-yard line.
1st and 10 for Carthage in this 3-3 game here in the 3rd quarter. It is still Nick Anselmo in at quarterback. Anselmo hands it off. Bellamy strung out and hit at the line of scrimmage. Guess who leading the way on defense? Cody Kaczynski.
For the Blue Jays on that stop.
Saw Chris Reed knifing through. Take a look here.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Pretty stout at the point of attack. Kaczynski in the mix. Having a good afternoon here.
Officially a loss of a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11. Anselmo with his hands on his hips. Throws right. Jurakovic steps inside.
Jurakovic with the catch.
And lost the football. It's on the ground. Elmhurst claims they've recovered. Jurakovic trying to get a little too fancy. And it is Elmhurst football.
Elmhurst ball.
Jurakovic, the senior, is their best weapon offensively. 6 foot, 185. Trying to do too much that time. The Blue Jays opportunistic, taking the football away. Take a look.
Robbie Dunn on the recovery.
I think Marvin Carr is the one that ripped it out.
For that fumble recovery for
Looked
the
like
Blue
a
Jays.
peanut punch there in a way. The way he tried to
Elmhurst
strip it out of the paws of Jurakovic.
This defense last year gave up a ton of yardage on their way to the playoffs. But what made them terrific was their red zone efficiency on defense and taking the football away. That has very much bled into this year's team. That turnover mentality is a large part of what Coach Adam talks to his defense about every day.
Each team has turned the ball over twice today. Carthage picked up 3 points on the second Elmhurst turnover. Can the Blue Jays find a way to take the lead off of the second Carthage turnover?
Williams,
Josh Williams right away. Will not gain any yardage. Brandon Sullivan amongst those with the stop.
Harlow.
Well, I've just been really impressed with Carthage on defense. This is the Elmhurst College bread and butter play, the inside zone, and Josh Williams, your most powerful and efficient running back, taking the ball. Carthage just giving him no space to work.
Camilleri checks it out. Claxon in motion. Claxon tries to spin away.
Claxon, the ball carrier.
But Brady Anderson is not fooled on the play after a pickup of only a yard.
If you feel like the Elmhurst offensive team had any advantage today, it was in the ground game. Carthage has given up nearly 175 yards a game on the ground, and Elmhurst runs the ball pretty well. In the top 25% of the nation. Just unable to get it going here this afternoon.
3rd down and 9. Elmhurst has been on the Carthage side of the field a ton, and they'll blow it dead. Lots of movement ahead of time, and you always want to blow that whistle if you're unabated to the quarterback.
Well, the Carthage D-line has had an itchy trigger all afternoon. I think C.J. Behrens may have left early, the left tackle for the Blue Jays.
Part of it is because Camilleri has been pretty good at the hard count.
Sure has.
They continue to talk this over. There was definitely movement both ways. And it is a false start against Elmhurst on Behrens.
This is an offensive line, Tim. It's been together in large measure for the entire season. You talk about Behrens, Connors on the left side, Drake Hoffman the center, McHale and Smith on the right side. Just Connors and Smith are returning starters from last year's outstanding offensive unit. Broke all kinds of records in the ground game.
So it's 3rd and even longer. Camilleri pressured and incomplete. Past San Filippo.
Intended for San Filippo.
4th down.
Well, penalties have put the Jays in long down situations, playing behind the sticks this afternoon. 4th and long, I think you got to punt it here.
Well, you do have the wind. That's the question. So you're at the 39-yard line, and if you end up with a touchback, it's only a net of about 19 on the punt. Brett Bayer kicks twice in the first half with a long of 45.
They may actually take a penalty here to give him a little more space.
It'll be Bayer coming on with the play clock ticking down. And movement up front yet again. Officials signaling procedure.
Offense, number 30, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Jake Paulicki getting a head start, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It pushes you back to the 44 here. Gives Bayer a little more room.
So the new spot is the 44-yard line.
Evans back deep.
High snap for Bayer.
Bayer's
Pressure
kick in
coming.
the air.
Motter providing the pressure. Evans calling for fair catch. Now says get away, get away, get away.
Blue
And it
Jays
is down at the 11-yard line. Jake Policki.
That was Policki for the Blue Jays that covered that punt.
1st and 10 for Carthage in the shadows of their own goal posts.
Oh, good position here for the defense. Burying Carthage deep inside their own territory. Just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. Becomes a field position battle here late in the game.
It is still Anselmo for the Redmen. He did not start the game. Anselmo keeps.
Anselmo,
And
the
he
ball
is
carrier.
chased down by Robbie Dunn after a pickup of maybe 2.
Pretty good effort by
Dunn
number
with the
39,
tackle.
Dunn, here on the play. Got juked a little bit on the early part as
Gain
Anselmo
of
pulled
2
the
on the
zone
play.
read, stayed with it. Got some help from his friend Mark Evangelista at the corner. Forces a 2nd and long.
A.J. Simoncelli started the ball game at quarterback. He's the sophomore. Anselmo, the freshman. Simoncelli has been shaken up on a few occasions this year, so Anselmo does have experience. As he hands it off for a couple more. Johnny Evans Jr., the ball carrier.
This is the right thing to do. They're going to let the clock tick down, get the win for the fourth quarter. Not put their quarterback in a position to turn the football over deep in his own
Gain of 1 on
territory.
the play.
3rd and 7 coming.
They are rushing to the line of scrimmage here, though, however.
They don't need to run a play here. And I think that's the message received by Anselmo. A 28-yard field goal by David Thomas, his first of the day, has tied the score at 3 aside. We have played 3 quarters here in Elmhurst today on Senior Day. 3-3 is our score. The fourth quarter coming up next on Blue Jay
Fans, again, a
TV.
reminder, the Elmhurst volleyball.
It's tough trying to balance homework and practice, but I feel like our coaches stress academics to a point where you have to succeed. I'm actually a hometown kid. I grew up in Elmhurst. When the football team approached me, it was kind of like a lock, you know? I get to go to school in my hometown, play football. When you get to play something that you love, along with getting that education, it's priceless. Coming here, I was just surprised at how close everybody is on campus. I know pretty much everybody in terms of athletics on the campus. You will not want to leave this place come senior year. I'm going to live up this last year that I got for everything it's worth.
A 16-play drive for Elmhurst spanning 69 yards and over 7 minutes of game time resulted in a 28-yard field goal from David Thomas to tie the score. It is 3-3 headed to the fourth quarter, and with these two teams, simply put, offensively, a couple of the lowest in the CCIW in terms of points scored. Shouldn't be surprised that it's a 3-3 affair as we enter the fourth.
Well, Elmhurst coming into the fourth quarter leading in every major statistical category, but as Coach Adam himself will tell you, stats don't matter. It's about scores and turnovers. Blue Jays looking for one of those turnovers right now.
Third down and 7. Anselmo, the quarterback, looks right, throws high.
Pass is complete.
Brought in by
With the
Alex
stop by
Nara.
Evangelista.
And Mark Evangelista comes up to drop him immediately.
Anselmo, the quarterback,
Fourth down,
looks right,
facing the
throws.
Redmen.
Coach Adam call defenses out here. He's the head coach,
Taylor
but
to
also
kick it
calls the
away.
plays for his defense, and he's
Ritter
dialing up
back deep
pressure
for
on
the
this
Blue
young
Jays.
quarterback. Third down, deep in his own territory, forcing the quick throw, getting the punt.
Again, it's Elliot Stoller, the punter. Punting with the wind, bouncing at midfield, collected by Ritter at the 38-yard line. He
Ritter
surpasses
on the
the
return.
40, but that's all.
Boy, taking a quick peek at the stats, Tim. Advantages for Elmhurst in the ground game, in the passing game, in the first downs.
Caldero with the stop.
Punt average if you want to go there. Third down conversions. Unbelievable. You go up and down the
Blue
board,
Jays
but
to start
6
first and
penalties,
10 at
a
their
couple of missed field
40-yard
goals,
line.
a key turnover, and we're at a 3-3 game here.
Perhaps the most important advantage for Elmhurst right now, time of possession, 26-24 to 18-36. Camilleri hands it off to Tubeck. Spins away from a hit initially.
Tubeck, the ball carrier.
And returns to the line of scrimmage.
Blue Jays have implemented a running back by committee most of the year as we get another look at Tubeck here on the dive.
Money was there originally.
But last week we saw quite a bit of Josh Williams in the fourth quarter, kind of their unofficial closer of sorts in the ground game. Opting for Tubeck here. A little unbalanced look for the Blue Jays as they have an open set here on the near side of the field.
It's Tubeck again.
Tubeck, the ball carrier.
The line of scrimmage, that's all.
So Archer Winberg, the extra lineman coming in, not enough to create a crease for Tubeck. Sets up a 3rd and long again.
3rd and 10. 3-3 in the fourth quarter. North Central is now leading 28-13 over Wheaton. That's late in the third. Camilleri throws right. Chase Hamby lunges for the first down across midfield.
Tremendous effort by number 3. Just a little single receiver look there on the out route. Chase Hamby breaking it off about 8 yards, fighting for the final 3. Camilleri puts it right on him. Nice job for the 4th-year man out of Kentucky.
4th catch for Hamby today. Elmhurst with the conversion. They are 6 of 13 now on 3rd down. 4 third down conversions in the second half. Here comes Claxon on the veer. Skips over a tackler to the 45.
No big hitters, though, for the Blue Jays this afternoon. Carthage has done a nice job, particularly in their front 7, bottling up this ground game. Linebackers and safeties have rallied to the football. 3-4 yard gains for the Blue Jays much of this afternoon. No big hitters. Another unbalanced look for the Blue Jays.
2nd and 7 in this 3-3 affair. Play clock down to 10. Here comes Claxon once more. And he'll hurdle some more tacklers. Keep his momentum moving towards the sticks.
Across the 40.
That appears to be just shy inside the 40-yard line.
Boy, I like this kid, Claxon, number 23. Take a look. He looks at the veer look here. Just grinding away. Pushing towards the sticks, taking the pile with him most of the way here. And he's made some nice plays here in the last week, taking advantage of his extended playing time with a few injuries ahead of him on the roster. Nice effort for number 23.
3rd and short. Can Elmhurst convert again? Williams has it, and more.
The ball carrier.
Dragging tacklers with him to the 32.
Money there for
Williams has been impressive in 2013, Tim. Over 700 yards rushing in a running back by committee type of offense. He's really ground out some tough yardage. And like we mentioned, he's the closer for these Jays. Power running back. He's in there here with 50 left on the clock.
Just 10 carries for Williams today. Make it 11. And he is dragged down in the backfield.
Williams, the ball carrier.
Guess who? Terrence Allen. Knifing in front of C.J. Barons there. Great play by the sophomore. And this kid has some bright years ahead of him. Take a look. You see 34 slash into your screen. Really came across number 65, Barons' face there. Created a problem for Williams in the backfield.
Loss of a yard on the play, so 2nd and 11. Ball spotted at the 33. Camilleri pumps. comes back to his left, has the tight end Claxton inside the 20, down to the 16. Good adjustment by Camilleri of quickly skipping to his secondary read.
Sure was, and it was a corners look for Carthage. It's a 4-deep look. Claxton able to slip into the backside of the route, unaccounted for. Way to bring it down by Joe Camilleri and come back to the backside.
6 catches for Claxton today. Elmhurst trying to grab the lead for the first time this afternoon. 1st and 10 from the Carthage 16. Williams behind Camilleri. And it's a play fake. Claxton again, his 7th catch.
Claxton, the ball carrier.
Carthage needs 4 players to bring him down finally at the 12-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the play.
Sullivan there for Carthage.
Another little wrinkle here as they bring Claxton across the formation.
4 on the play.
Really impressed with the effort of this Carthage defense. They've been on the field a ton this afternoon. They're really rallying to the football.
Elmhurst entering the 4th quarter with an over 8-minute advantage in time of possession. Second and 6. Williams straight ahead to the 10-yard line.
Well, certainly if you've followed Elmhurst football over the last couple of years, the name Williams in the backfield is nothing new for you. A little wham play inside. But Josh runs a little bit differently than his older brother, Scotty Williams, the Gallardi Trophy winner. Josh almost invites contact. Runs with a little bit more power than his older brother does.
3rd down and 4. Elmhurst has twice converted on 3rd down on this drive. Close to the midway point of the 4th quarter. Elmhurst into the wind, option left for Williams. He has an opening. Williams over the top of a tackler inside the 5-yard line.
So Williams just ran over Dylan Carter there, right on cue. Take a look at this. Looking for contact is number 5, the sophomore out of Downers Grove South. Lowering the shoulder on his defender. I'm sure he'll get another couple of cracks here at the end zone.
1st and goal from the 4.
Williams leads the Jays with 7 touchdowns on the year.
Claxton in motion. Claxton up the gut.
Claxton, the ball carrier.
Plunging to the 2-yard line.
Allen
Blue Jay ground game just eating up chunks of this clock here. Now around 7 minutes to go in the game.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Very similar to last week. Not necessarily a big play, but just slowly but surely moving the football 4 or 5 yards at a time, keeping the defense on the field. Wildcat formation. Josh Williams follows his blockers, diving to the end zone,
Williams,
short
the ball carrier.
by mere inches. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Terrific effort by this Carthage front.
Riddle with the tackle.
Josh Williams, one of the more dynamic, powerful runners in this league, denied the end zone there on 2nd down. Brings up a big 3rd down, and I think we're in 2-down territory here, Tim.
Fans, they need you.
6.5 minutes left in the ball game. Crowd comes to life.
Another Wildcat look.
Williams at it again. Williams for the end zone and in his 8th touchdown of the year. Elmhurst leads for the first time.
Boy, that is just demoralizing for the defense. They played so well, so gritty this afternoon. Just not able to shut the door on this ground attack for the Blue Jays, which the cumulative effect, Tim, like you mentioned, pounding at them all afternoon, really took its toll there, and Williams really capitalized.
The 2 scoring drives for Elmhurst, Tony. The first drive was 16 plays, took almost 8 minutes. This was a 14-play drive that took over 8 minutes. Here's the extra point to try and make it a 7-point lead.
Kick is up.
Kick is up, and it's good. 10-3 Elmhurst on the Williams touchdown run.
Elmhurst 10.
Well, now you're asking a Carthage offense, which has been sluggish all year and not particularly great here this afternoon, and a freshman quarterback to bring you back here on the road. Tough position for the Carthage Redmen.
There's a look at the touchdown yet again. Williams just keeps his body moving.
And with Tubeck's graduation next year, you can count on Williams being the featured back for this offense a year from now. And he has really been impressive in his carries this year.
6:13 to play. Elmhurst with a 10-3 lead on the scoreboard.
There's a good look at Josh Williams there. Tim, what do you think Thanksgiving's like at the Williams house, you know?
Mater back deep.
Does the Gallardi Trophy make it as the centerpiece next to the turkey?
Do the Williams brothers jump in the backyard and go at each other? I mean, it's certainly something special to see that Williams family here, and the legacy Scotty's left here and Josh is continuing.
Short kick into the wind, collected by Evans at the 20. Evans has some space. Evans across the 40, tiptoeing out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
A little aggressive here on the home sidelines, where the Blue Jays surprised not to see a flag come out.
There for the Blue Jays on the tackle.
But either way, the Carthage Redmen will start just on their side of the 50-yard line. Take a look here. Kind of a jailbreak return, short kick into the wind. Carthage really making the most of it here. Just 55 yards away from tying this football game.
Keep in mind, Carthage was shut out last week. The Redmen have not scored a touchdown since late at North Central on October 26th. Wide open is Naurat.
Pass is complete.
And he's on the Elmhurst side of the field at the 40-yard line.
This Anselmo's got some moxie as they run a boot pass here on first down. Take a look here. Sets his feet. Really a nice throw for the youngster here. A lot of pressure.
1st and 10, Carthage. Anselmo will dump it off. Marquise Hines, the tight end, has a first down inside the 35.
Wholesale changes on defense for the Blue Jays.
With the tackle.
Starters are back in on that defensive line. They've got to get some pressure, make this young quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket.
1st and 10. Pressure coming. Anselmo arcs left. Flips it once again to Hines.
Pass is complete to Hines.
Inside the 20-yard line.
Ritter with the tackle.
A little bit of confusion there on the defensive side of the football for the Blue Jays. I believe it was Wills Massey off the edge. Play action slowed him down a little bit. Tight end gets loose in the secondary.
Second down and 4, Carthage in the red zone. Anselmo keeps, huge hole up the middle, down to the 5-yard line. How about the quick response here from Carthage? Started with the kick return, building momentum.
Great read by Anselmo there, seeing the crash down, pulling the ball out and picking up positive yardage, pushing his team down to about the 5-yard line.
1st and goal. Carthage looking to answer inside of 5 minutes to go. And flags. False start. Back it up to the 10-yard line.
We'll see if Elmhurst can mimic the Carthage defense here with their backs to their end zone. Carthage today, very sturdy, turning the Blue Jays away multiple times. Elmhurst now with just 4:19 left to go in the game, and protecting a 1-score lead has got to do the same here.
Anselmo tosses. That is a touchdown. Robert Anderson.
Pass complete to Anderson.
And a chance for Carthage to tie the game.
One heck of a drive here and a coming out party for Anselmo. march the Redmen down the field. Just a handful of plays. Great poise in the pocket. Picked apart this defense.
Bakari to attempt the extra point.
First touchdown for Carthage in the month of October. November, make it. What month are we in, Tony? We were shut out by Augustana last week, 28-zip. Extra point is blocked!
Extra point attempt is no good.
Wow. Elmhurst has missed 2 field goals today, and now Carthage had an extra point attempt blocked.
4:10 left in the game.
I think it might have been Eddie Bayer getting in there. The
Carthage
6'1", 215
9.
freshman who has seen his play on the field expanded here late in the season. Congratulated on the sidelines there as we get a look at the touchdown. Nice little read there by Anselmo.
Well, now the Carthage defense has to stop Elmhurst.
Tim, I think you really do have to think about an onside kick here with 4:10 left to go in the game. The Blue Jay offense, especially the ground game, has really gotten turned up here in the fourth
Hamby
quarter.
and Ritter back deep for the Blue Jays.
Got to be very careful if you're in the front 6 here for the Blue Jays.
Bakari to kick it away.
Brett Bakari is the kicker for Carthage. Elmhurst has just 6 up front.
Now your upbacks are Evan Lesky and Miles Hamblin also. You have to be aware of the kind of the pooch kick into the corners.
Bakari kicks away.
Bakari's kick is in the air.
Ritter from the goal line.
Ritter from the goal line.
Ritter crosses the 20-yard line. And Elmhurst, with 4:04 to go, will try and milk away their third consecutive
Blue
win.
Jays to start 1st and 10.
Well, what do you have
At
here?
their 21-yard line.
If you're the Carthage defense, what do you got left in the tank? They've been solid all afternoon. Last couple of drives, they've given up some long ones, Tim. See if the Elmhurst offense can continue to impose its will here as it has over the last 2 drives.
16 plays and 14 plays for Elmhurst in the second half, both scoring drives.
And it's Josh Williams, the closer.
Claxon hurdles a defender.
Claxon, the ball
And he's
carrier.
wrestled down shy of the 30-yard line. Picking up 7 on first down.
Blue Jays will need to gain multiple first downs as Carthage has held on to all their timeouts. Ticking under 4 minutes now, and 2nd and short here.
I'm still surprised Carthage did not try an onside kick there.
Yep.
Just simply given the fact that Elmhurst has dominated the line of scrimmage here in the second half.
Here's that offset look here with an open side to the near here. 4 receivers to the far.
Williams to the 30. And
Allen
you think
with
about a
the tackle.
timeout here
Williams,
potentially
the
if you're
ball
Mike
carrier.
Yeager?
Gain of 1 on the play.
Looks like he'll save it for his offense potentially.
A blocked extra point is the difference in the ball game.
Boy, Terrence Allen has really showed up today. Really impressed with this sophomore. Making a play that time on Josh Williams in the backfield, forcing the 3rd down.
Third and short. Clock running. Williams gonna be very close.
He was hogtied at the line of scrimmage and just fought through it. Muscled his way possibly to the first down, and based on the spot, it looks like he did get it.
They're gonna look for it officially, and it is a first down.
What an effort. Take a look here at number 5, Tim. Completely corralled in the backfield, but the sophomore fights through it and moves the sticks.
Timeout Carthage with 2.5 to play. They almost need to try and force a turnover.
Sure do.
And even with 2 timeouts, there won't be a whole lot of time left for Carthage on offense. Don't forget, coming up in a little while, a 4:30 start. It's the CCIW Volleyball Tournament Championship match here on Blue Jay TV. Elmhurst over at R.A. Faginal Hall will take on Milliken, a team they defeated in 4 sets on Tuesday. That was the lone set loss for Elmhurst in CCIW play. That was a heck of a matchup on Tuesday. Milliken defeated Carthage yesterday in 5 sets in a thrilling matchup as well. So we'll have that for you to cap off this triple header of Elmhurst College Athletics on Blue Jay TV today.
Out trots the Carthage defense. Lion-hearted effort here today for that side of the football. They've put up quite an effort here this afternoon. They'll be tasked with stopping Elmhurst here and force a punt. Just 2 timeouts and 2:30 remaining.
1st and 10. Camilleri gives to Claxon, up the gut. Claxon crossing midfield.
Cross midfield.
Claxon creased him here. A lot of attention was paid
Hayden with the tackle.
to Camilleri and Williams. Claxon, though, gashing this red men's secondary. Great blocking at the point of attack. Claxon's had a day.
22-yard run for Claxon, and an Elmhurst first down at the Carthage 47.
Boy, a lot of similarities this week at Langhorst to the Blue Jays' victory last week at North Park. Slow start out of the gates and just really grinding it out in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Less than 2 minutes to play. The snap comes with 1 second on the play clock.
Williams, the ball carrier.
Diving ahead. And timeout Carthage.
Brady Anderson met him first at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a big deal for the Blue Jays here to get their 3rd conference win. As you take a look at Williams going off the left side and just squeaking through for a handful of yards. Looking for their 3rd conference win, building some momentum going into the final game of the season. The Blue Jays will travel to Bloomington, and the playoff-minded Titans will await. But you want to send your seniors off right here at Langhorst Field.
Carthage does have 1 timeout remaining. It'll be a 2nd and 6 coming for Elmhurst.
Some of the seniors here today with significant contributions. We've talked about Cody Kaczynski quite a bit. Nate Riffle with a big pick. Adam Smith carving out some yardage for his running backs. We've seen Andrew Tubeck today.
Williams still the lone back. It's Claxon again. Trying to move the pile
Claxon, the ball carrier.
to the 40-yard line for 3 yards.
Well, Carthage will opt to use their last timeout. They will not be able to stop it again.
Timeout Carthage, which means that a 3rd down and a long 3 will determine the game for the Redmen.
At the bottom of the pile for Carthage.
A missed extra point. Huge penetration for Elmhurst after Carthage responded with a 55-yard drive, had a chance to tie it. Eddie Beyer with a block, freshman defensive end.
Well, when you're 1-17, Tim, sometimes when it rains, it pours. Just when you think you had something going, you find a way to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. And the highlight of the afternoon certainly was Anselmo driving this Carthage offense, who's struggled all year to find consistency. Cracked the end zone, looking to tie it late, and Beyer comes up with the big block. Now a huge 3rd down. This
3rd and 3.
Now Claxon's been your guy much of today. Do you go back to Williams here, Tim?
It's a good question. That's why I'm up here. Claxon in motion. Williams follows Claxon. Close to a 1st down. Does he have it?
According to the line judge, he does.
Carter there for Carthage.
Referee will look it over. And I think he's going to call for a measurement.
Officials timeout for a measurement.
Either way, Elmhurst on 4th down will likely go for it to try and end the game. if it's not a first down right now.
Well, something to consider for the Elmhurst offense, they never operate under center. Even when they're taking a knee, it's still out of the short pistol gun. So if it is short here a couple of inches, quarterback sneak is not in the playbook for the Jays.
Chains are stretched.
He got it.
First down, Elmhurst. Ball game over. Carthage out of timeouts. 1:32 to play. There's a look at Williams.
Boy, just a powerful young man as Josh Williams, a couple of big ones here in the fourth quarter. The closer really icing this game, and I see Coach Adam, both arms raised in the air, wants to send his seniors out on top.
Clock is running. Elmhurst on the verge of winning 3 consecutive contests in the CCIW. Milliken, North Park, and Carthage. Victory formation. To an E, Camilleri back at the 41.
Well, senior day is always a special day, especially for the fourth-year players that are spending their time here at Langhorse Field, their last few minutes. Great to send them off with a victory.
Carthage about to fall to 0-6 in the CCIW. One more opportunity at a conference win that will be at home next week in Kenosha against Milliken.
Well, a short home season for the Blue Jays, Tim. Only 4 home games. The Blue Jays take 3 of them. They've been pretty good at home at Langhorse in the last 2 years.
Camilleri downs it one more time. And Elmhurst is 4-5 on the season. On senior day, the Blue Jays defeat Carthage 10-9 thanks to a blocked extra point. But really, Tony, the story of the ball game in the second half was Elmhurst's ability to dominate the line of scrimmage and keep that Carthage defense on the field.
Sure was. That ground game finally got going, finally got out of first and second gear. Put together some really impressive, long, sustained drives. But credit this Carthage defense. They really held serve for much of the game, just not able to hold up and withstand the pounding in the fourth quarter. The Blue Jays to go ring the bell.
10-9 is your final. Elmhurst with a 38-minute and 38-second time of possession today. Advantage of over 17 minutes against Carthage, and in the second half, the third downs were huge as well. Just 2 of 7 in the first half. Elmhurst was 9 of 11 on third down in the second half, and ends up with the victory. Josh Williams, 61 yards on the ground on 19 carries. Elmhurst limited to just 309 yards of total offense. Credit that Carthage defense. But Carthage couldn't move the football either, finishing with just 191 total yards today as Elmhurst picks up a victory 10-9, and the celebration is on here at Langhorse Field.
9 third down conversions in the second half, Tim, and almost 40 minutes of time of possession. Unbelievable effort, a blue-collar effort here today.
That it was. Elmhurst moves the chains repeatedly, 51 carries, 146 yards on the ground in the win over Carthage today, 10-9. Stick around, we've got the CCIW Volleyball Tournament Championship match coming your way in a little over an hour. It's a 4:30 start. Elmhurst and Milliken across the way at R.A. Faginal Hall. I'll be there. We'll have all that excitement for you in a touch. In the meantime, thanks for joining us for the final time during the football season on Blue Jay TV. Elmhurst 10, Carthage 9. For Tony Monestra and our entire Blue Jay TV crew, I'm Tim Calderwood. Thanks for watching.